I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Mike. What day is it, Mike? What day is it, Mike? Uh-oh.
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day! Hump Day! Huh? Anybody?
It's Hump Day.
Guess what day it is? I know you can hear me. Hump Day! Guess what day it is? What day is it, Mike?
Happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump Day!
Get happy. Get Geico.
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day!
Hot like a tamale!
Look at that big ass. Damn. Big juicy booty. Look at that big ass.
Twerking. Big booty.
Look at that big ass. Damn. Big juicy booty. Look at that big ass.
Twerking. Hot like a tamale!
Look at that big ass. Damn. Big juicy booty. Look at that big ass.
Twerking. Hot like a tamale!
Big, beautiful
Ass.
big, beautiful
Ass.
big, beautiful
Ass.
big, beautiful
Ass.
Look at that big ass. Damn. Big juicy booty. Look at that big ass.
Twerking. Hot like a tamale!
Look at that big ass. Damn. Big juicy booty. Look at that big ass.
Twerking. Big booty.
Look at that big ass. Damn. Big juicy booty. Look at that big ass.
Twerking. Hot like a tamale!
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Huh? Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day! Anybody? Uh-oh. Hump Day! Uh-oh. Anybody? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what today is? Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump Day! What day is it, Mike?
Welcome to the show, everyone. It is me, omerglitch, and today is the Hump Day. Let me welcome my esteemed guest, the man of the hour, the man on his way to 500, the man that is just about on the precipice of greatness. They call him Mr. Rex Christensen, aka the Devil Flyer. He's not here, of course. He's leaving us high and dry. So let's move on to our next guest. The name is synonymous with Galaxy Memorial Park. His name is synonymous with Levi Jeans. His name is synonymous with Flaming Hot Peppers. It is the one and the only Levi Schemes in the house. And I've muted you, and I'm trying to unmute you. And unmute
How's it
yourself.
going, man? That was me.
What
I was muted on my end.
Yeah. What up, buddy? Ooh, that looks fantastic. Look at that. He's doing more Jim Lee. Is that Jim Lee?
Jim Lee.
Jim Lee. And then the man who's known for his fabulous Top Cow Tuesdays and his wonderful Wildstorm Wednesdays. Know him as AKA Pat Peter Ray DeLuca.
What is up? What's up, Levi? What's up, Rex? What's up, Oom?
What's going on, gentlemen? And our other esteemed guest, who's known for being an amazing human being. He's got comic books galore. He's been in anthologies. He is the creator and the artist of Sword and Chivalry, which you can get your free copy if you go to his website. Links in the description below. I even have a direct link to his sign-up newsletter where you can sign up, and he will send you a free courtesy copy of his comic book called Sword and Chivalry at no cost to you, free shipping, and that is the man known as Del A.
Oh,
hi. I didn't see you there.
There we go. What's up, buddy? Looking
Not much.
smoky.
How are you? Yeah. I'm going to buy a new camera.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Let's see. We got Belmont in the house. He says, good evening, people. Of course, our beautiful and wonderful mod extraordinaire, Hal Deere, is in the house, and he's got the Del A's website there, the-insulation.com, where you can go and get that free comic book. And I got a little story for you, Del. I actually met online one of your fans who lives 2 towns down from me. I know exactly like where he was walking, and you sent him 12 copies of your book. His name is Salazar, Mr. Salazar.
Yeah, Frank Salazar.
Yeah. So I sent him a message online. I didn't want to dox him, you know. I was just like, hey, I know where you're at. I know we're in the same area. So he might be watching hopefully tonight. He said he'd come by and say hello. Hello to the Baba Baba Boom. And of course, again, our wonderful super mod, Hal Deere. Thank you for dropping the links and being so awesome all the time. We said hello to Belmont. He's in the house. Of course, we got the cast and crew that's on the show. So what's going on tonight? Everybody's doing something.
Yeah, just working through my stack just to kind of.
Who's that guy? Let me highlight you, Pete. And let's see. Highlight the lore. There we go.
Yeah, this is Lightfoot. He's a original G.I. Joe.
Lightbug?
Lightfoot.
Oh, Lightfoot.
Yeah, so he had these like rovers that he came with, and I was on Saturdays. I was doing G.I. Joe live streams for a little bit until I don't know. I just kind of changed direction, but this is left over from those live streams. Like I did, Lightfoot. I did Big Boa. I have a few more, just not on hand. But I was doing like the G.I. Joes people hated, essentially.
That's awesome. Hal Deere, thanks for dropping that Galaxy Memorial Park newsletter. There's a link. Of course, all of this stuff is in the description now below. I've got everybody that's on the panel in the description. And finally, welcome to the show, sir. Thanks for the man of the hour, the man of 500, the man who's going to get monetized here, and we'll get him hopefully 1 sub tonight. We're going to shoot for 10. maybe just one.
I hope so. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm going to be
hope
doing
so,
some
too.
video shorts. You know, to get monetized, you got to reach certain requirements. So we'll get there. You got to do like 3 short pre-recorded videos in 90 days. So I'll be working on that in the next week. We'll get there.
Sir. Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. I've done all my stuff live. I think I've had 2 pre-recorded things. But you know, how long y'all been going, man? I just been kind of watching a Western. 15 minutes?
No. Well, I started at 9:02.
Okay. All right. So I didn't miss much. I was watching Man of the West with Gary Cooper and Jay Cobb and all like that. Doing a little Western.
What is up, Marcus?
Hey, everybody. What's up?
So,
hey, Marcus.
Good. What's up, buddy?
I'm in a
You're
hotel.
stealing the spotlight from Rex. He's the man on the way to 500 subs.
Who's over
Last I checked, he was at 555, so 45 away. Okay. We're hoping to get 1 sub tonight. We're shooting for 10, but hoping for 1 at least. So we're not too embarrassing. And right, Rex, we don't want to be too embarrassing.
I could be drawing, but I finished taking that Judge Dredd. If you guys want to see that.
No, we don't want to see it. Why would anybody look? I'm just going to put the camera on me. You guys can be in the back.
Screw him. We want to see it. Screw him. We want to see it.
Of course, we want to see it, sir. Of course. Look at that. Damn. That's badass. Yeah.
Thank you.
Who's the one who doesn't like the phrase badass? Is it Duck Bacon? I can't remember.
No, that's me. But I hate booty worse. So.
Okay.
So that's Judge Dredd. I finished taking it in the hotel room the last 2 days. I'm here for work, but I'm going back tomorrow. We were supposed to be on deployment. It's kind of an IT thing.
Oh, you're an IT guy. Peter's an IT guy. He does.
I know.
IT.
I'm a break fix guy. I fix a lot of Wi-Fi. I work for this company, Pavlov Media. My side of the company does internet for off-campus college housing.
Just like installation,
well, I repair stuff. I don't really install. I fix the stuff that's already installed.
Oh, okay.
But like if we do say a deployment, then that's like an install. But that's like we have contractors and like 5 or 6 of our guys, and we'll wire whole building and switches and and all that stuff. But when you show that stuff, I recognize most of it.
That's awesome. It's good. Do you real quick? Do you work with like heat maps at all? Do you are you able to isolate like a bounce or like a signal dropping off because of the?
Hello, Caleb.
I don't do that much, but we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I used to work on regular phones. If you might, I don't know how old you guys are, but if you remember 9X from East Coast, New York, New England telephone, I used to install old-fashioned telephones and DSL to people's houses.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's because my comic career failed, so that's what you end up doing.
What?
Didn't you get pulled off the telephone pole?
What?
I said, Levi, didn't you get pulled off a telephone pole or something like that?
Oh yeah. That was a lot. That was about now. It's like 5 years ago.
Marcus, that was you.
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, not me.
I get confused with the ailments and who's got what.
I'd go up and do it again. I don't care.
Jesus, you guys are nuts. Yeah, I'm sure.
I've been working on telephone poles forever. That when that happened, that's just a mistake. I might have made a mistake, but not like it's really on that lady who I tried to sue it. That didn't work out.
You like riding the pole, Marcus?
Oh, come on.
Just kidding, Marcus. I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding, right? Marcus is a mean guy. He says he'd probably rip me a new a-hole, man. He looks like a tough guy too. You don't want to mess with him.
I used to be a tough, big and strong. Now I'm just big and fat.
I'm getting there with you, buddy. I'm getting
I drive
short and fat.
On my job. I'll drive like this Greenville, North Carolina is over 4 hours from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'll come up here on a regular basis. I'll drive all the way up, fix 2 things, 10 minutes each, stay overnight, drive all the way back.
Yeah,
that's just I do a lot of driving more than fixing.
Now, and do you guys like interface with like on-site IT people that you can kind of like walk through the troubleshooting, and then if
Yeah,
they
I
fall,
do.
like,
I contact our own knock back in Illinois,
yeah,
and I figured out I'm their eyes and hands.
yeah. You're, and then do you work through like project managers? Like
Yes,
usually,
on these deployment jobs we do. Yeah,
yeah,
the break fix job is really unique because I'm kind of on my own. Although I have a buddy in South Carolina, and we work together a lot, so I talk more. But for a while, when I first started this job, I felt like, wow, I'm really on my own here. There's always somebody to call and help, but it's not like you're local. I'm not like you're in Philadelphia. I'm not the local phone guy in Philadelphia who's going to fix, or fiber guy who's going to fix the fiber here and go 3 blocks down and fix the fiber at the next address.
yeah.
Call it.
It's funny here in Philly, like even the third party like Comcast and DSL guys, they have regions, and they'll have regions, for years. And like I know some of them because I've just like read through different buildings and different contracts.
Yeah,
like, and they'll show up and they'll be like, hey, like
I know. That's how it used to be.
It's you,
I work for Verizon and I work for AT&T in North Carolina. AT&T is terrible to work for. They are difficult. And you know what a Nazi is? That's an AT&T guy.
Oh,
not the guy. The company. The company's just really rough. They're really rough on their employees.
Yeah, I mean it's all volume stuff too. Like it's just you get beat up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But Yes, I do the least amount of work, but
yeah, still get paid the same though.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But enough of the IT talk. We're
right
here to talk about comic books.
Hey, Pete, I watched your videos earlier for Top Cow Tuesday, and Top Cow Wildstorm Wednesday.
Top Cow, and Wildstorm Wednesday is going to get pretty heavy because it really is like the golden age of Wildcats, but the decline of Wildcats at the same time.
Right, because Jim goes off and does nothing, and then does what was it called? That kid, the one.
Jim
Messiah. He goes off.
Jim Lee post Wildcats gets involved with Divine Right, the Adventures of Max Faraday.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Divine Right. Yeah, Max Faraday.
And then they if you read those 12 issues,
which made no sense to me.
Yeah, well, here like what happens is Faraday essentially they retro Faraday into creating the Wildstorm universe. So they kind of embed him into like the god of like Wildstorm by the end of the second issue of the 2 crossovers. So there's like 12, 13 issues for regular, and then there was like 2 crossover issues. It's complicated,
Yeah, it was all crap.
90s comics.
Yeah. They needed somebody to make a Bible to kind of streamline things, and they probably
that would have been good. Imagine if they really kept. Imagine with all that's going up today. Say, Wildstorm and Top Cow could have stayed together the whole time. They'd be the biggest thing going.
You mean like if like Homage Studios never broke apart,
if they didn't all fight with each other.
Or they just added guys, guys like you, or would be on it, have a couple of years there because they need people, Instead, they all assimilated to Marvel DC with they're like roadblocks more than the other guys.
Yeah, I just think even like Top Cow falling off as a publisher is really bad for just the comic book business. Because like there's no publisher now that kind of publishes that has enough of a cash flow from a few titles where they can publish like risky books or just kind of like like experimental or off-center stuff. And like for Top Cow, like Witchblade and Darkness generated so much money, they were able to do like Rising Stars and Gary Franklin. And even like Jim Lee with everything with Homage Studios, and they had books like Arrowsmith and Crossroads.
I loved Arrowsmith, yeah.
Yeah, like really hot. Were you
Hey,
talking
Pete,
about?
1 second, real quick.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
DVD I was mentioning the other day.
Yes.
I
Oh.
actually got it signed by him because I met him. He did this show at a local university in at St. Edward's in Austin.
How
Oh,
long
cool.
is that?
My son lives in Austin.
What's up?
My son lives in Austin.
No,
Or
Pete asked
Manor.
the question. Sorry.
He lives in Manor.
Yeah, that's close by. How old is this? Is that what you asked, Pete?
Yeah. How long is that?
Like an hour and a half almost.
It's
That's
90
like-
minutes? Really?
Yeah, 120 minutes.
Dude, I need to
I think you can find it for like $25-$30 on eBay. Was the last time I
Nice.
checked. Originally sold for $25. It's out of print. I don't even think the company exists anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted at some point to probably rip the DVD and throw it on my YouTube channel. I don't know if I can, but they
That'd
don't
be cool.
exist. They don't exist. I actually have a video, a Frank Cho video, when he did his very first Kickstarter campaign. He offered a video, and I downloaded it, and I've never seen it online anywhere. There's little bits of it, like little snippets taken from it, but I want to post the whole thing online because I did back the book big, and I got the video, but I don't know if I can without getting a copyright strike from him. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't put it on his own channel, you know? I don't know how that works, you know?
I'm just bookmarking that DVD now so that I can go back to it. Yeah, like, oh, you're kind of reminding me. I have a Aquaman pilot live action from the 80s that at this point and it's like my last remaining DVD like that I ever owned because I kept it to eventually rip it, and I still cannot find info on the source of that, but I'm pretty sure it was like it was for ABC, and it has like all the logos. It's like very professional, and the only other Aquaman pilot was the one that spun out of Smallville, and I got ripped that because I think I'm one of the few people that have it.
Right.
At this point, I can't.
Maybe I could put it online without monetizing it, like so that.
Yeah, you can. The copyright holder has requirements. Sometimes they allow it without monetization. Sometimes they allow it, and if it's monetized, they get a piece of it. Sometimes it's completely blocked. So, and the best way to find out is just to upload it and just schedule the upload. Yeah.
Put it in private or unsolicited.
Right, and see if it gets flagged at that point.
Yeah. And then the other thing I thought of was maybe chopping it up and putting it in pieces like people do for movies.
Yeah.
So, and then put it in a playlist and you can watch them all, watch it all. Every time there's a cut, chop it,
Yeah, you could probably get away with just uploading it at this point and just seeing if the
it's almost like 15 years old now, maybe more. Question for the panel from Baba Boom. What happens to the small indie publishers who rely on Diamond for direct market distribution with bankruptcy? I don't know. Maybe somebody else might know. But before we get to that, hold that question real quick. Here we have Rex's Devil Flyer YouTube channel. He is at 455. If we can go get him some more subs, please subscribe to him. He's on his road to 500, 45 away. Please turn on the bell for notifications, and you can check out his daily show, The 4 O'Clock Shadow. This man does not miss a day. I think in 3 years, he's told me he's only missed 17 days.
17
so go
days.
check him out. Rex, you have anything you'd like to add?
Iron Man.
Yeah, I'm the Cal Ripken of YouTube. I had two uncles and aunts pass away during the pandemic, and so that's accounts for a lot of the missed days. And I had my internet go down for 4 days. So, but yeah, other than that, I don't miss. I'm here daily, like the bane of I'm the gum on your bottom of your shoe that you can't get rid of. Hell Shelby, Hell Billy Power Max. We got Paul Monsky in the house, boom, and we have Outer 6480, Caleb, and we got a crowd. We're getting good views on this. This is a great show. We get to draw.
Welcome to the Shelby meeting. The Shelly Bean.
So
Gotta
Shelly
hit
Bean.
the Shelly Bean.
Yeah.
So getting
No,
to the
see,
art, what art
Shelly-
tools is everybody using?
Use
What was the
blood
question?
and a stick.
Digital.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember your digital, Dale. I think that's easier on my thumb, on my hand.
Yeah, I'm using Winsor Newton long number 3.
I see that.
Yeah. I'm on Bristol board here. Smooth.
Yeah. And then I think Levi, I thought you're using a micron.
Using a micron. On the other piece, I was using nibs.
I like my Series 7. I usually like a Raphael 8404, but that one wasn't behaving, and my Series 7 was behaving. But the Judge Dredd, I just used the brush markers, the Japanese brush markers and microns. But the microns put a welt on my finger.
Is it one of these Pentel ones?
I have that one, yeah.
Yeah, love these brushes. These are awesome.
I have that, and I have these other. They're shorter. They're like the ones I think somebody's using them. I forget who, but I got them from some guy who used to do portraits and stuff. I followed on YouTube for a while, and then he went to a LGBT thing in Memphis, and I unsubscribed.
Oh my God.
But I asked him what he used, and a lot of
Here's
people
the
are
show.
using these Fujikawa brush mark. I'll get them out. They're pretty cool. And if it's not something I feel like, if it's a chick, I want to use a real brush,
Hey,
Right.
Billy says Rex is Ricky Henderson of YouTube. He knows why.
There you go.
I steal those bases.
And here's the Shelly Bean, also known as Shell Bean. Shell
But
Bean.
not
I call
the
it
content.
Yeah. Also, R.I.P. to Ricky Henderson. R.I.P.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he passed
You know
away.
how many times? So I'm a Yankee fan. Sorry. So, but
Yeah, come on.
well, I'm from New York,
Took
man.
a World Series from yeah.
So I was in the 80s with I'm old. So in the 70s, we went to the ALCS and stuff in 76. So in the 80s, we got to go to playoff games, and we couldn't get all of a sudden.
Damn right. Damn
got-
right, Shelby. Happy Hump Day, baby.
We got Sunday season tickets in the 80s, and the Yankees traded for Ricky Henderson, so I got to watch him a lot.
Nice.
He might
Yeah.
be he might be the best player I ever saw.
Yeah, he absolutely
Really great.
Yeah.
Don Manley, Ricky Henderson, Dave Winfield, those guys.
Yeah. Oh, Dave Winfield too. They're Mr. Padres.
That's right.
Yeah, I was at the when they closed Yankee Stadium. I made sure you go that.
Oh,
that
cool.
year.
Oh, the last one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the stadium I went to most. Yeah,
And
I've been in the new stadium twice.
That really is, like just walking through there. It really, because in Philly you would have like Vet Stadium and stuff like that.
I remember Vet Stadium. Sure.
Yeah, but Yankee Stadium really was like a ballpark, though. It was like so different from what I grew. And I think at that time too, I spent a lot of time in Boston. I
I've been
saw
to Fenway Park too.
Yeah, so I saw like that, but Fenway's not. It's not close to what that Yankee Stadium was. Absolutely impressive.
Okay,
Thanks.
sports nerds, enough of that nonsense.
Come on.
Here's some Midnight. This is one of Rex's characters. I finished this one last night.
Looks dope.
She's I got your bullets for you right here, boys. And she's ready to kick some ass. And these are her smoke bombs. These aren't her smoke bombs. These are her smoke bombs.
It's not my fault that Akapat's a normal human being, not a full-on nerd like the rest of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I see you wear the Philly
Troglodytes.
Eagles jerseys. Oh, I have no use for the Eagles, but that's another New York
Dude,
thing.
the Eagles got
Hey,
lost
guys.
game. Dude, I don't think the Eagles are going to win. That's the crazy thing.
Hey, Marcus and Peter, I'm right there with you, man. But my team's the Mariners, so I can't really talk baseball.
Oh,
I seen the Mariners play. I was there in '98. No,
Ken
in
Griffey
2000, I
Jr.
saw the Mariners in Yankee Stadium in the playoffs.
I was going to say that's when they
Nice.
were like, that's when they were hot.
When we were good.
Hey, I was raised
2001,
up
I
on
saw them
the
in 2001.
on Cincinnati in the 70s.
Oh well, yeah.
Pete
Shelby,
Rose.
Look,
and
Shelby, I hate to
Griffey
beat you to it.
Sr.
It's a statistical zero, ASM 300.
He's-
Homage. I mean,
He's streaming now.
homage. Oh, he's streaming.
But he streams all over anytime he wants. He just streams.
Yeah, I was thinking.
He doesn't care if he has 5 people in it.
Yeah.
What a nice guy. I mean, as much as you know anybody on the internet,
If you're going to look at numbers, you're not going to last long,
Rex?
Marcus. You
Oh, I
can't look at
understand that.
numbers. You just have to do your content, and hopefully
Hope for the
somebody will
best.
watch.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not looking to have a big show, just to talk to a couple of people.
Yeah. I
Let's
do
go eat
believe
that then.
I do believe that the
Easy.
ones that are going to have longevity are the people that are just themselves. They're true blue, not all this drama farming or fakery, on the internet. People
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
get to know the true you.
I think so.
Yeah, it's tough though, because I will tell
It
you guys
is.
right now, the drama stuff.
Billy says go Braves.
There you go.
There we go.
Hey, all I know is
Yeah.
I love America's team. Go Cowboys.
America.
But the
Go
Braves
Cowboys.
actually probably had the best pitching rotation in
It did.
baseball history.
That's true. I think so.
Houston Astros, baby. Houston
But they
Astros.
only-
Glavine. I love Mark Lemke, even though he was.
I remember Mark Lemke.
Oh yeah, I love Mark Lemke. He comes through on a clutch, Tom Glavine, all that pitching
Yeah.
team, even their secondary pitching team. But that's what you can do when you put, like Turner put all the millions of dollars toward the team. You can buy
They
that
only won
talent.
one World Series too. That's the thing though. Baseball today, or sports in general, if you have a good year and you don't win the World Series or the Super Bowl, you're dirt. You might have won 3 games.
Yeah.
It's a shame. You could enjoy the season, but I'm an older guy now. But I don't understand all this hatred, Well, your own team. Well, in New York and Philly, it's tough.
How many really stand out though? Like Chuck Knobloch and others like that. I mean, they're not even talked about anymore, But they're
not
big in the
at
day.
all.
Yeah.
No, they have their memory hold.
Yeah.
Like it's like but real quick, like even in Philly, they're saying if like Sirianni doesn't take the Eagles to the Super Bowl,
they don't like Sirianni at all.
like we're good, like we're going to have to get a new coach.
That's because they don't like Sirianni. I think he's a moron.
Yeah, it's
I know all about that. Yeah, I watch a lot of football.
Yeah, and I get it. Like he's like a guy worth conversation, but it's just like that. I don't know. I even think the NFL is too aggressive when they let get rid of a head coach, because it takes years to really build.
They want the team. Well, the Giants. You're in the East. The Giants go through that. The fans want those guys' heads, and not that they don't deserve it, but they didn't win the playoffs in the first year. So it's only the third year.
Yeah.
If you have a rebuild, never win first. Never win in your first year.
Fans are impatient.
Billy
They're
says
unrealistic.
fans don't count. They aren't real humans. You don't count,
God.
Pete.
Yeah.
Bill, you don't count.
I don't know how bad that really is.
Hey, I will say this: if Billy's addressing this whole thing with the Packers stuff,
I saw that.
with the
Yeah,
Packer fans, that guy was running a GoFundMe where they were purposely going there to antagonize Eagles fans.
Yep.
So like that whole story took like a U-turn.
it's a 2 sides to every story.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
yeah, but either way, you never call a woman that though. You do not talk to a woman.
Unless you're on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth?
Only if you're on comic book YouTube trying to
Comic YouTube.
YouTube farm.
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking at
them
they want to
What-
trade the
what I
skill
missed?
exposures. Yeah.
Let's see. Subscribe to AKA Pad. There's the link is in the chat. Thank you, Haldir, as always. Billy says, I'm addressing years of observing Philadelphia fans.
And they're like everybody else. I mean, the only people I block on X are Yankee fans, other Yankee fans. I don't block any comic fans.
Yeah, I mean, I only block people when they either like they really are just like not reasonable, or they're like a public conversation turns into like a DM back and forth.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, like this person's in another like universe. And I don't know. I always try and stay nice and calm and understanding, because people are gonna have a bad day, I guess, right?
Shelby's not streaming. He's waiting for one of you guys to get off so he can come in here. I'm kidding. But he's not streaming.
I bite my tongue on social media a lot, so
it's tough, dude.
Hey, K-pop, how's it going, girl? What's up?
I try to be the nice guy who posts romance covers,
Yeah,
I love those covers.
How's it going?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate everybody liking it. It was just on a lark. I'm on my second year.
Oh, wow.
Marcus is trying to reimpregnate the world again.
It'll be 3 years this Heroes Con.
Wow.
No, I'm in this part of my story where she's getting ready to meet her husband at the park for a picnic and stuff. And so there is an embrace moment coming, and so every time I see one of those, I'm like, oh, I wish I'm at that part already, because I get inspired to like do that scene where they're embracing.
Right.
Because it's the My Love cover idea that's stuck in my head right now.
Cool.
Go subscribe to Shelby at his channel, American Discord.
Speaking
I
of
think
Shelby,
I did sub to that.
I got a package from Shelby today, and I don't know what it is. I haven't opened it yet because I'm kind of scared, because I don't think he owed me any comic books. So
It's
I don't
probably
know what it
Chattering
is.
Teeth or something.
I meant to.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I just got a package from Alterna Comics. I got what is that?
King Cryptid.
King Cryptid 5 through 9.
Yeah.
But I have a
nice.
pin up in I'm on the letters page in number 10.
Cool.
I did a King Cryptid just out of blue one day, and he goes, "Oh, can I use this?" I go, and put it on the letters page. Sure, that's fine. Spell my name right,
Dell, Shelby says he sent you a box of ants.
Nice.
African fire ants.
Fire ants.
They froze.
Ant farm.
Ooh, ramen flavored fire
Oh,
ants.
well.
Delicious.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'm sending out empty ramen packets with my stuff. Okay, I guess I'm going to get to work for a bit here. I don't know. Oh, I did want to talk about Sword and Chivalry here. I'm going to do a review soon.
Oh, thank you.
But I saw Mr. Salazar's little mini review and unboxing, and also his little hype trailer, which I put in the description below with the links to that. So hopefully we'll get some views and you'll get some subs off that. But yeah, this is very well drawn, sir. It's very clear. I haven't read through it yet, but it looks fantastic. I mean, you've got the chops, I don't know. The only thing I would say is and this is just a critique on like preference, like the style is
Sure.
the 90s flair, but this may not be your style, and it's just like
I like that.
It's serviceable,
I like the non-90s flair.
Yeah. It's a matter of taste, whether you like it or don't like it or whatever.
Oh, some of it I like.
But you're like a workhorse, you know what I mean? You're one of the guys who can get it done, and that's awesome. So, but I'll do more in depth. I just wanted to kind of share a little bit. And of course,
Cool. I'm looking
he
forward.
sends it out free. Doesn't cost you anything. Awesome. Very cool.
That's the model everyone should have, by the way.
It's not cheap, but
yeah, it's like there's a lot of positioning, or like just the general idea of are you trying to make money from selling a comic, or are you trying to grow an audience? And it's hard to do both. It's either you give away your comic to as many people as possible and then sell it, or have a big enough audience to where you can sell packets at $25 a piece.
Shelby says just regular flesh eating ants.
oh well.
And Hellier says he's put the link below in the chat again. And then Belmont says hi, K-pop. Billy Power Max says no.
It's always been like that. I published half a comic in the 90s.
Only half?
For a writer friend. I still work with him on this Mythic America's gaming company stuff, which I should work on, but they don't give me a deadline, so keep so it's not a rush. And yeah, we published about 600 copies, and we say $1.25, but we took $1 for it, or we'd give it away. It was basically have a business card, so we could get free convention tables.
Yeah,
Wow,
I used to sit behind the tables in the convention. Usually at the basement of the church, in New York City.
Yeah, that's where like so many conventions are in New York.
Yeah,
at the Javits or what used to be the
And
Javits.
they have the real estate.
Well, what happened was with the last, I went to the Javits and I was just starting to ink this guy, and I saw a bunch of people there, and then the next Javits, the union shut it all down, and there was a snowstorm. So the Big Apple Con, which now has been the Big Apple Con, they recreated it in this church, and they were just happy to have people sit there. So me and my writer used to go there all the time, and we try to sell and promote our stuff and make connections. There's no internet, and there's no crowdfunding, and basically it was the same idea of what Tucci did, almost at the same time, but we didn't create She,
Yeah.
We created The Amazing Adventures of Captain Courage, which was old-fashioned for now. Then,
Wait, let me
cool.
Let me look that up. Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. Sometimes you see them on eBay, and then we had a story in this comic called what was it? Flashback Comics did it. It was this guy who did about 4 comics, and then he quit. And he had Sam Glansman there. So I am in the GCD, the comics.org, because we had a story in there.
So you're the Captain Courage. That's like a what? Like a duotone,
It was black and white, yeah.
Black and white, red cover. I have this.
No. Black and white, red cover. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
Yeah, I have. This is in my super independent box.
That's wow. I just came on here because I'm on with Omer on the Saturday. I did that. That's me.
Dude,
I inked the first story and I inked the second story. But I drew the whole thing. It's all my characters.
Yeah,
I created Kitty Nova.
Yeah, like from my original comic book collection, I kept DC's Vigilante, Valiant's Bloodshot, and I had one short box of like all the odd independent books, and it's really like a short box, and those were like the independents of the independents, and those are the only 3
I can't believe it. I never thought I'd see anybody like all that. There's like 600 of them. There's not now. There's like 10. Whatever I have is what's left. I started giving them out to like some CGers, and I thought my partner had a contact. Do you have any more of these? No, I thought we had hundreds left,
Oh, wow.
But all we did was like give them away or sell them for $1 at these cons. It's the only time you could get them was when we were at a con. We didn't distribute them.
That is, well, now you don't have to worry about it getting distributed because there's no one to distribute your book.
No, I know. Yeah. But that means you stopped by my table at one time.
Yeah, that or yeah, like I don't know, like because here I'll tell you one thing. Like Jersey has during the summer in New Jersey, there are so many dealers that used to own comic shops.
Yeah, it's possible a dealer got it. Yeah, I don't know what my partner did with them all.
South Jersey used to be a mecca for like comic shops.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and they closed one after the other. So what these guys do now, they do backyard sales every single weekend, and they'll have their backyard. They'll have like 30, 40 long boxes, and then some of them have like a basement. You can go into the basement for like keys and wall books, and people come and go like all day. They'll have like pizza out there and donuts in the morning and stuff like that. But I have a friend that obsessively goes to all of it. Like he goes to them every single weekend. I can't do it, but he picks me up books. Like because he kind of knows like my taste. I have a feeling like he gave me that book in the stack.
That sounds like true love, Pete. Truly
Well, if I hope
love.
you read it. I mean, I hope you thought it was all right. All right.
No, I'll be honest. I don't think
It doesn't take it.
Yeah. I didn't queue it up, but I will now. Like
It's a little
I'll
tongue
do a
in
video
cheek.
on it.
You can mail it out to Marcus and he'll autograph it for you.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
But I will say
Awesome,
though,
yeah.
it's difficult for me to do a book with someone that I met though. Like it's so much easier for me to review a comic book.
Oh, you don't have to review it. I mean, I'm
no. But yeah, maybe I'll just do like a spotlight video. I'll do like
I mean, if you like,
Marcus,
yeah,
feel
it's
free
fine.
to send me a complimentary
I'll
copy.
tell you, my feeling was the feeling of the story was the 8-page stories. It's Captain Courage. It's supposed to be originally Captain Courage and Johnny Halo. So I was thinking of Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Kind of crossed with like a big, beefy, muscular Marvel character. And then I would draw it straight, like, like a comic straight.
Yeah,
and
like
then he would write it like Batman 66. It's a little tongue in cheek.
Oh, cool.
So it isn't.
Marcus, tell us about this studio over here with Don.
Yeah. Don's real sick though.
Yeah. What do you want to tell us about us on the show over there? I brought it up so we can tell people to subscribe and stuff.
Well, we go on there, and me, Omer, Duck Bacon, and Don, and Dale was on it, and I think he was shell shocked. Everybody who comes on is kind of shell shocked because we kind of draw and yell at each other. All these guys that can't talk and draw. Well, that's not a problem.
Marcus threatens you the first thing he sees you, so it's kind of intimidating.
And then we make fun of each other, particularly Don, and we try to egg Don's mother into making fun of Don.
Oh, Mama Donna is a hoot, man.
And then we complain about the drawings we're doing. Like I'll complain about the image drawings, and then these guys complain about like the Judge Jed drawings, although everybody complained about that. And then and then at the end, stuff is magically done, mostly penciled, sometimes inked. It's about 3 hours, and anybody can show up.
Sweet. Well, let me know. I'll pop in.
We got 186 subscribers over there on Don Draws. Go sub to him. He's on his way to 500 as well, but he's got.
I call it the second best drawing stream on the YouTubes, behind Aaron's, the professionals.
Oh no.
Then again, let's spotlight our gentleman of the week. He's 45 away from 500. He is Mr. Rex Christian, aka the Devil Flyer, publisher of Momentum Comics. Look at that. Has a daily show called the 4 O'Clock Shadow. In 3 years, has only missed 17 days. So he's ready and willing and always available to give it to you at 4 o'clock.
It's on at 5 o'clock where I am.
Yeah, 4 o'clock Central, buddy.
You're in Central Time too, right, Omer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rex, would you like to add anything to your momentous occasion here that we're creeping up on the 500?
Yeah, right.
What is it, Indy 500?
Yeah. We're going to be pushing, to get monetized, just simply because, I and Shadowhawk been waiting to get a little closer, and to get there. Coming up on our 1000th show, our 1000th episode.
Another milestone there.
Another milestone.
You're going to do a 24-hour stream and have people come in throughout the day?
Well, I did a marathon stream not too long ago. My top marathon stream, though, is hard to beat. I did 30 hours, and then the next day I did 16 hours.
Wow.
So, and then promptly got sick for a little bit.
Yeah. What a crazy.
But, yeah, I was trying to break someone's record, so, and we did. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, I was going over some of my old episodes. This is the ash can up on Indiegogo still, only 100 made. You get 2 trading cards, two magnets, very good quality, all this stuff, and 3 bookmarks with your purchase. Only 100 of them made. You get the first 7 pages out of the 29-page Devil Flyer story. But there are backup stories as well. It'll be at least 48 pages, if not more. over on Fund My Comic. We'll be renewing the campaign not too long from now. Going to try and get on Red Valkyrie and sort of do a soft relaunch of the campaign. Put up new artwork. Put up
Red Valkyrie.
Drop a new Jimmy Reyes cover as soon as it gets colored. We'll make the standee available to everybody just by itself. We do have a standee. We have a tapestry. We have an artist edition, a hardback edition, which will have at least 12 pages of additional content, if not more. The digital tier, which is $15, will have much more additional material in it, along with the 12 pages. Because you can do that. We got a sketch cover. Yeah. You can buy my dog a meal. She likes to eat just like I do.
$2
we got
next to holla.
We've got a new trading card set going to be put up there. 9-card trading set. We've got a Bob supplement, which is kind of like my Man Thing or Swamp Thing character in my universe. And I'll be drawing that supplement. And Rob Ewing will be doing the flashbacks. He's already got 3 pages done on that that I've shown. And we're just going to renew the campaign, put up new artwork. I've got Jay Kreger doing a 2-page spread right now for the Midnight and the Roustabouts, which is a Western theme. I'm going to do a pulp / comic sort of graphic novel combination of the two. And we've got like 3 covers, 4 if you count the sketch cover. It will be magazine size wraparound, so you'll have a lot of space to draw on those. We'll have one more stretch goal, and omerglitch is going to be the stretch goal, or at least part of it. He'll be a third of it. He's got a bog trading card that's going to be on the last stretch goal. Apex Comics did a sort of my Aquaman type character called Sea Demon. He drew that. I inked it and did a little bit of spot coloring on it, and that'll be made into a trading card for our last stretch goal, plus 6 a.m. bog sticker. If you buy the supplement, you get a free Cortex 6 a.m. sticker. Everybody that backs the book gets a free 6 a.m. Devil Flyer sticker already. I think if you back it today, you'll get about if you signed up for the book and back it. I think you're on par if we meet the stretch goal to get like 14 trading cards.
Back it today.
So we got stickers, we got trading cards, we got magnet.
We'll play the trailer a little later.
Got the zigzag magnet. He's kind of like our mascot, the little speedster for some.
Yeah, I like the look of that guy.
Here, let me bring that guy back.
Yeah, I did one recently. Here he is, right here.
Okay, let's let me share your Twitter real quick. Go follow.
Yeah, but that's the wrong Twitter. Oh no, that is the right Twitter.
Yeah, this is the right one. Yeah,
that is the right one. Yeah.
So go follow him. He's got 2 Twitters. Just go follow him on both. If you find them both.
It's confusing. I'm trying to get into my own Twitter. But and also you get original artwork if you back. You can get a character done by me. There's Zigzag. I just did this one. She's kind of like a speedster as well. Part of the 43 from World War II. There's a different iteration of Bog in color just for Omer.
I love me color.
And here's Geo. So you can get free 4x6 head sketch of some character.
Man, that's coming in really clear. Very clear.
Well, good. Yeah, I'm working on this one right now. He's part of the 43 as well.
Hey, Omer.
43. Yes, sir.
If Rex comes on the studio, we'll draw his characters.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
We'll do that. So we got to get that set.
I'm up for that.
But we got to make a plan for that, but we'll do that.
Good.
We'll just talk
we got to keep doing indie characters. We got to move away from all these commercial characters. We got to help each other out, give each other free fan art, and
I know that
stuff like that.
We were going to do we're between Reaper to Shore and the Patriarch. I actually don't tell John's Longbox But I already drew the Patriarch. I look forward to something like Reaper, Destroyer, or Pit or something. You know?
Yeah, I have a Reaper, a Patriot Patriarch that I'm working on. And I haven't finished it yet, but I've never done Reaper Destroy, and I've wanted to do it ever since it came out.
Yeah.
Show them your latest, which is a character I'm real excited about, Midnight.
Okay, well, yeah,
Midnight and the Roustabouts.
Well, here's the Patriarch, which I never finished.
There's the Patriarch.
He's snapping the neck of a really creepy old big fat Santa Claus.
Oh, I thought that was Marcus. Anyway.
But so here's my zigzag. Rex told me about an idea he had about a foot. Just
Yeah, he only captured his foot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's one, and I'm gonna paint it up. And I always like, instead of like flash lightning being yellow, I imagine zigzag flash they're like blue rather than yellow. So I'm hoping to add to the lure of that by making him blue rather than yellow. And I don't know what Rex is thinking, so I just that. And here's zigzag coming to a stop, I guess, or taking off. I don't know, either one. And then of course here's Rex's killer clown.
Yeah. On the next campaign, we're going to use that clown face on balloons for a stretch go.
Oh, geez.
And then of course here's
Murder.
This is Midnight.
Midnight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I think that's like one of your best.
Yeah, she has kind of
Characters
her
or art?
utility belt in the pom pom. She's got like flash grenades, smoke grenades, bombs, other things in there. One's a regular one where she can pull it off and just like, here, this is something to remember me by.
And she's automatically pointing the gun at your crotch. Jeez.
At your crotch, exactly right. You got it.
Your dick.
Yeah, well, I'm not stupid. Like some, That's cool.
Here's Rex's ash can. You can pick that up. Hey, it's inexpensive. What is it, like $7 and $12 with shipping? It's really nice. It's great.
I think 17 total. Yeah.
17 total, something like that. Very cool. So even if you got it just as a coloring book, that'd be fun too.
John Fernandez did the artwork to the Devil Flyer story. He's a graphic designer here locally. We've been friends since 1982, over 40 years. There's a bog head by me, and then that's the tapestry artwork done in black and white by Doc Blaylock.
Let me see here. Really like these this character here, Silver Boa. Both versions, the old and the new. Super cool. Oh, and is it the girl? Yeah. Where's the girl? There's like a...
He'll be introduced in one of my next books, which is Momentum Unleashed. Future Vision.
This chick is cool. This chick is cool. This is not the best drawing of her, but she's a badass character.
She's going to be Sea Demon's girlfriend.
Sweet baby. Oh man, that's a badass character, man.
I love that name, Sea Demon. I can't believe somebody didn't use that.
Yeah, I actually came up with him in 1983.
Wow, that's when I graduated That's when I graduated high school.
Wow, you are young. I graduated in 84. You are a young man.
In 94 or 84?
84. Yeah.
So I'm a year older than you?
What'd you say? You said 93.
I said I graduated in 83.
Oh, 83. Yeah. I guess you are.
I just had my one on the stream. Oh my God.
Had my 40th reunion in September of last year.
Yeah, we just had one last year. Well, it was a year late, but we had a reunion.
This is the next campaign is going to be Six Figures Young Lady. Just watch. You just wait, guys. You just watch and wait right here. Six Figures Young Lady.
Salazar says, I graduated in 96. Wow.
Oh, my God. Hey, that's when I graduated. What's up, Salazar? That's the gentleman who got Dale A's book, as well as myself, and he's 2 towns over from me.
And all the want to know what the 43 is, it's a really a thing by me to have a bunch of villains, create a bunch of villains, but only one origin story. That way you don't have to tell individual origin stories, There are a bunch of Nazi super soldiers from basically a Nazi experiment that they thought went wrong in World War II. It actually acted as a transporter and appeared to disintegrate everyone in the room. But what it did is it sent him, it gave them superpowers. It did work, but it sent them into time. So you're going to get that way. I can have these characters popping up chaotically through time, you know, maybe in the 40s, maybe in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, in the future, in the past, and I can work them into different stories.
Hey, I got a question for Salazar in the chat. After you read Del A's book, did you want to go eat some cheese?
Oh, Levi throwing down the personal information there.
I totally forgot. Hello, everyone. Hello, thanks for coming in. Galaxy Memorial Park. Go sign up in the to Levi's book there, newsletter. And also, we had a question earlier about the diamond thing, and it was Billy. Let's circle back.
Do it, Saki. Circle back.
Salazar, I might have too. I think I might have went and got some medium cheddar.
What was it here? I'm trying to find it.
Love cheddar. I was told by phone man Marcus that your old phones can survive a nuclear blast. Probably they're so well built with that.
Those phones, yeah. I knew a guy who used to replace those phones. That's even old for me though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
the stretchy cord kind.
Yep. I had them when I was a kid.
Yep. I've still got one.
So the question earlier was, what happens to small indie publishers who rely on Diamond for direct distribution? With anybody know? Okay. Yeah, all right. That's what I would think.
Nothing yet.
Well, but the thing is, it's chapter 11. It's not chapter 13. Chapter 11 is usually reorganization, and they'll stay in business for a little while. They're looking for another buyer or more financing. That doesn't mean it's good. It's bad, but it's not death right now. Yeah. So they were looking for money to get those books out. So right now they'll be in business, but I don't know for how long.
Well, they've had a monopoly way too long, I'm thinking.
Well, they broke it. Marvel went to Penguin and DC left them.
Correct. Yeah. Well, I mean, really, they're fortunate that they didn't go out then, or was hurt even worse because things started getting a little bit better. But they were, he had just come out and announced that he couldn't pay some of his vendors. That was not a good look. And then it started ticking up and getting a little bit better after that.
But yeah. I mean, I don't know. It does. I'd hate to think that, and I don't go buy comics anymore. I haven't bought comics in a while. It's been a long while, but that's due to money and having kids and not having time for all that. It's not all. But I bought a lot of comics, and you guys know how much I remember about comics.
Yeah.
So, I don't think, crowdfunding is part of comics, but I don't think it can replace. It's not replacing a monthly comic.
Right.
And I think the crowdfunders shouldn't try to replace the monthly comic. Right. I think we have too many crowdfunders trying to replace the monthly comic.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality is going to hurt. And I don't mean the Rippaverse. I just mean crowdfunders. So that's different. He's not a crowdfunder. And
what's funny? I remember CrossGen talking about doing direct distribution to customers, and it's kind of funny how crowdfunding kind of is pushing that model.
Well, the issue with crowdfunding is everybody here knows how long it takes to draw a comic page.
Yeah.
And most of the guys who are smaller, we're not making our living off of the comics. The bigger guys make their living off the ex-pros, and they're making a living off of comics. And their thought is they'd like to get more comics out, but if they do the best 30 years of just hacking stuff out, now they want to do the best comics they ever made. It takes time,
Yeah.
I don't know how to, but to rush everything out, forget the quality. Let's say the quality is the same. Just the customers are not going to be able to afford, even if you sell your comic for $10.
Yeah.
The $10 shipping, the $12 shipping, the $8 shipping, the shipping on top of it. The money is it's insane. Like I I act like I back a lot. It seems to me I back a lot of comics, but the truth is I had all the money from my wife because if she knew how much I spent on backing these comics, she'd shoot me. Yeah.
She still might.
Well, that's a whole other issue.
Well, you know, if you only did one or two things, but I mean, you know, it adds up. Every campaign adds up, right? You really kind of have to pick and
It adds up, and it's $35 a campaign.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's 37, and sometimes it's Mike
Adds
Barron
up
does
quickly.
$8 shipping.
Mhm.
Everybody usually does 10, mostly.
Yeah.
Sometimes 12, mostly 10. And that's the way it goes. Shipping's expensive. They're taking a bath on shipping.
Well, I really
guys
like
actually
how
sold comics out. You know how that is.
I don't know if he had it on the King Cryptid campaign, but I like what Peter Cimetti did with some of the alternate campaigns that he first started with. Is if you back it once, after that, or maybe even twice.
Well, he's the most reasonable ever, but I don't know how he makes any money.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
I mean, then it's free shipping if you've already backed it once. I don't know how he did
Brian
that. but-
Polito is free shipping.
Yeah,
Speaking of shipping, I mean, we got a guy right now on the panel that's shipping out stuff for free.
Yeah,
Dale, do you want to share any of your prices or?
Well, I use Pirate Ship. I've found them to be the easiest to use, and they seem to have pretty much the best rates. But I think rates are pretty close between everybody. I recycle my the boxes I get from other campaigns.
The Gemini mailers.
Yeah, the Gemini mailers. I pull them out, and if it's got a label I can peel off, I peel off the label and reuse it. And I have a box of bags and boards. And then I have my comic. I went through Comics Wellspring for the printing. Very small print run.
Now, do they only do square bound or do they do stapled?
They do staple. My comic is stapled.
Okay.
And I think I want to say, this is a very small print run. It'd be much cheaper if I bought more, like 125, maybe it was 150 copies. It worked out to about like $333 a copy. Of course, then you have to ship them to yourself, which costs like $50.
That's real good because I spent more than that locally. Not much.
Yeah, Comics Wellspring is probably the cheapest I found out there, and they have if you go to their website, they have a quote system built in.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I'm not a super. People with the collector mindset are super particular about the paper stock and the binding and stuff. But I'm a reader, so I'm not as picky.
Pause right there. Your book showed up in immaculate condition.
Agreed.
It was a 9.9. It
Yes.
was a 10. It was absolutely beautifully looking.
The paper's fantastic inside. I had no issues with it. It's nice.
It's a beautiful book. So for a collector, it is a beautiful book in beautiful condition.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. But so the books, when you count shipping to you, maybe it's probably more now. I had those printed like a year ago, I think, maybe a year and a half. And so maybe you would, for a 36-page comic, black and white with a colored cover.
This paper's fantastic.
The
cover's fantastic.
For like $4.
It looks like a nice package.
Yeah, this
Very
looks
nice.
great. I put a crink in it. It didn't come with a crink. I put a small crink in it, man. I bunked it.
You bastard.
Yeah.
And
This
so
paper is
the comics
fantastic.
themselves weren't that expensive
Yeah, that looks
to
fine.
print, but the shipping is another story. I mean, most.
Oh, you
of-
know what,
most of-
Dale? You got to send me another one. You got to autograph these, baby. You
Oh.
gotta put the Dale on there. Send me
Okay.
another one. And I'll give this one away to somebody else. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't send me one. Save those for the others. One day we'll get it signed. We'll meet up. We'll have a barbecue.
So not including the cost of materials, like I said, I recycle my my boxes, and I have some into the bags and boards and tape, printing out labels. But the average comic book is like $5-6 to ship inside the continental U.S. It works out to be about a 10-ounce package. Oh yeah, small bit of trivia: the bookmarks I include say "Make comics, not excuses," which is a phrase that Frank Salazar came up with. So
Hell
and he
yeah,
let me
I
use
love it.
So.
Nice.
Love it.
And but the international shipping is not cheap, and I have no problem shipping it. But like, I ship one or two to Australia, and they're like $35 for a single comic book.
Oh yeah,
to get
one
there.
comic.
So it's not an inexpensive venture if you go international. It's doable in the continental U.S., but as soon as you go international, that's what kills you on the shipping, in my opinion.
Got you.
Okay, I'm gonna draw this guy. I'm gonna draw the knight in your sword and chivalry. That's what I'd like to do. That's
3 of my little ash cans sent internationally, one to Canada, one to Sweden, and one to the UK, over $80, and that's before rates went up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Over $80.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, honest to God, like why? Like, you have to just be a domestic shipper. Like dealing overseas. Like, I don't know. Is it much of a difference? Like, is there that much overseas sales coming in to even bother going overseas?
Probably depends on the campaign, but I've heard some people talk, like 10-15% of their orders come from overseas. So
yeah, but what's that like overall? Is it like 5,000 orders and then 10% of that 5,000? Because I mean, if you're selling, let's just say you sell $300, 10% of that, you might as well just like you'll save more time just by finding more domestic sales and being able.
Yeah, I mean, that's the harsh reality, and that's one of the reasons people are offering digital editions now.
Yeah, that's why I added digital.
Cecil might be doing that on his new campaign, as it's U.S. only, and
yeah, I think that's the move.
Yeah, and it's a bummer because I got no problems shipping to, but if you have 1,000 backers and all of a sudden you got to ship 100 overseas, that's some serious money.
I know that the bigger creators, the kings, they complain about it, but they don't want to do digital because their books get pirated the second it goes digital.
Right.
So they resist it, but they're going to have to do it as well. Eventually, I'd ask them.
Well,
February 1st.
Well, just charge what it costs to ship. Like, that's what's going to happen if you want to over in Australia. You're going to have to pay $35, $36.
I know one guy I talked to is an artist. He's an artist for Crom. He's doing Nick Axe. And he doesn't back as many books as he wants because he's in Canada and the shipping.
Yeah,
shipping is too much. And if it is a ship book, he doesn't want a 24-page book. He wants a 64, 70-page book because he's paying so much for it. It's the value. He wants the big book.
Yeah, it's a value proposition.
Right. Some people think the value's in the small books, and some people think the value's in the big books. But if you have money and you can pump out books, then you could do it. Like Vaughn Coleman has bucks. He can promote a comic. He doesn't have to crowdfund the comic. He wants to crowdfund the printing.
Yeah.
But as a writer, I know another guy, and he spent on writing and on title. He did no artwork. He can't do any artwork. So everything's a cost. All the guys who here draw. So we save money. When you draw your own book, you're saving your own money.
Mm-hmm.
You're saving a ton of money because you're not hiring somebody on a page rate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Woodham. Happy Hump Day to you, sir.
I think that's the way to go too, just as from a creator standpoint. And it makes me feel sorry for like the straight writers out there. The more you can do for your book that you don't have to outsource, the better. Like it's just less money, it's less back and forth. The book can actually get done quicker if if you can keep a schedule. But the people that's someone that's like a writer, and then it's like you need like inker, colorist, letterer, penciler.
He is a penciler, inker, two colorists, two different stories, a letterer, a pre-press guy. Everything. Variant covers, too many variant covers. That type of thing, because you got to pay for those variant covers. And if those variant covers are fine, but if the variant cover doesn't draw people in, you're just doing it as a vanity thing, you're going to lose money.
Yeah.
I study a lot of this because I wanted to do it. And the more I study it, the more I don't want to crowdfund.
Well, I actually traded original artwork, not mine, but original artwork to get some covers done.
That's different. Yeah, if you're not spending cash,
yeah, exactly.
You have to be creative.
If you got something in your collection that another creator wants, trade them. For services.
I sold everything.
Yeah.
Years ago, I sold everything. I have books left, graphic novels. I don't have any comics.
Yeah.
And
trade paperbacks, I guess. That's a good way to go and get a lot of that stuff back,
So
go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. I have a friend because I always have a friend, but I
always have a friend.
But I have a friend. He has like 1 or 2 terabytes worth of comics that he constantly downloads. So he's just one of those guys. Like as soon as Wednesday hits, it's he gets like all the new books digital. Doesn't pay for them because there's some of these like black market sites out there.
They're Russian sites, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so
I know them.
Like, so are we saying crowd-funded books don't end up on those sites? Or?
They do. They do end up on those sites.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
Yeah. Like so, you could pretty much get you could read a lot of Rippaverse comics on those sites.
Yeah. So like, what doesn't like? I still feel like if you can offer like a digital product with your comic, and you make that digital product like more valuable, like more pages, more process to where it was like, like 100-page PDF. I think that's valuable. I know some people, they'll get multiple titles in like an anthology like file, and you'll get like 50 independent comics with like a crowdfunder. Like you buy one book printed and you get like 100 books download basically.
Gumroad says most of my comics are digital on Gumroad. I don't think anyone is sticking those up on black markets. And then he said earlier, Del A is making me want to do ash cans and mini comics again. Stop for a while. I'm getting back into it. Then we got let's say hail to it. And then we lost Marcus. Don't know. He just jumped.
Oh.
He just jumped.
Oh, good. Shelby can come on now.
Yeah, Shelby. Where are you, Shelby? We need Shelly Bean in here.
Shelly Bean. Then we won't have to talk anymore.
Oh, here's
no, I kicked myself out. I kicked myself out by accident.
Oh, a little quick update. Let me take rid of this. Let me bring Rex up real quick. We got one. Rex. We got one. So our
all right.
Our mission to get Rex subscribers to 500 is succeeding.
I would call that a success. Absolutely.
We're shooting for 10, but we got one. We're at 456.
I'll take it.
And we're wondering perhaps it's Salazar. Maybe Salazar went and subscribed. Hopefully he did. If not, anybody new out there.
Whoever it was, thank you.
Yeah, go subscribe, hit the bell, get the
content put up daily. Daily. Leave me alone.
Daily.
I hate you.
Why are you so gay?
Dude, that interview is the best.
What interview?
That guy with the meme, where the meme comes from.
Yeah, the why are you so gay?
Why are you so gay? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Nigerian, not the president, but I think there's a similar interview with like the Nigerian president, and he like says all the same stuff. But yeah,
What's up, Jay Ryan?
I'd kill
What's
you.
all this then? And then we got Salazar. He said he subscribed now. Let's see. Maybe you got 2 subscribers. Can we say it? 1 subscriber. 2
Oh, say,
subscriber.
can you see? Oh.
Sing it.
Oh,
By
say,
the
can you
dawn's
see?
early light. Look at that. You got 2, baby. You got
All
2.
right. All right. All we need is 8 more.
457. Woo.
I'm going to get a nosebleed. We're up so high.
Yeah. Ooh, he needs some I crack some update. Damn. Damn. I need some I crack some update. Jesus. Did you really like that idea, Jay Ryan? Is it that good? Is it funny? So you all know, most of y'all out here probably know, I'm working on a little parody story called I Crack Some. It's a parody story. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but I will embiggen myself.
I don't know what it's related to, but sure.
I Crack Some. It's about a black superhero who's trying to clear the crack epidemic in the black community.
How original.
Yeah, and he
How
smokes
noble.
all the crack he can so that nobody else can smoke it. But when he smokes it, he gets superpowers. It's dumb, but it's funny.
We had an idea. We had when we were doing those Captain Curves, we had so many pitches. We had one where these guys would take.
Do I need a big lighter deal?
Blue heroin, and they become vampires.
Blue
That
heroin?
was really hard to draw. Really hard to draw. And then we had another one where the guy would wear a suit like an Iron Man suit, except form fitting, and it'd be like Bane. It was before Bane. We created everything before everybody else. And he would pump himself up with like steroids. But the issue is the longer you wore it, the more you were going to die. And this was before Spawn, too, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And so it was in this suit, and he would get all pumped up. And then the answer was, are you going to be a good guy in this suit, or are you going to be a bad guy? Because it had ties to the mob and stuff, if I remember right.
We are here to pump you up.
I did pages of all this stuff. I don't have it, and my partner has them.
Your partner has them?
My writer, yeah. Up in Nyack.
In Nyack. Nyack.
Rockland County. Yeah, I think he has them. I don't know. Then they did New Earth. That was like,
oh yeah, man, he has leveled up over the years. It is amazing.
Who?
Nyack.
Oh, that's the artist.
It's a town in New York.
You lost me. Yeah, that's what I thought you were referring to. But then Rex said he's a level up.
Yeah, we had all that. I used to do like 3 or 4 pages and all this stuff. We did all these pitches. And it would always just miss. I had not much to do with the story. I inked it. And it was about zombies, and it was before Walking Dead. Like, we're like,
It was about zombies.
So what you're saying?
I don't remember. It was only like a 10-page story, so I don't remember. Like it had a big lore or backfeed. I don't remember the backstory because I only inked that comic, those pages.
Timing is important, right, Marcus?
Yeah, but zombie stories are a dime a dozen. The thing about the Walking Dead.
Now they are. They weren't back then.
Yeah, now they are.
weren't back
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
Not in 1997.
I don't know. There were I guess. But like it's not it's about like The Walking Dead is The Walking Dead because it is what it is. Like no, it's about the characters in not the zombies. You know, like the zombies are just background. Like it's not. zombies don't matter. They could take the same thing and make them aliens, and it'd still be good, you know?
It's The Walking Dead or it's Wrecked Planet, which would take your choice.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys were talking about digital comics on that pirated site.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys feel about just having your comic book in the library? Isn't that kind of the same thing? In the public library?
Mm,
I read comics out of the library. That's
Yeah,
how I
me
read a
too.
lot of modern
Me
comics.
too.
yeah, but the library in most cases pay for that book.
True.
And I kind of look at the library now as as a newspaper. It's dying
Yeah.
to a certain degree. Maybe not so much in the urban centers, but in these smaller cities, smaller towns.
Oh yeah, I think that's true. That's how
Man, I want to do an epic night, man, for Dale here.
And Marcus, it does not help when they start. We had a librarian here locally. We're about 80,000 here, population, and we had to fire a librarian because she was putting in some inappropriate material, allowing it in our library for children.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
That doesn't help. And then all of a sudden, you see all these lawn signs saying support your local library. Screw that if they're going to act like that, and
I
not
agree.
protect the most vulnerable of us.
I'm so happy my kids are adults now. I don't know what I would
No
do.
doubt.
No little kids now.
I can't imagine being a parent nowadays.
And it wasn't that long ago. I mean,
no,
25 and 27, they just missed it. Some of it at the end,
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, I don't know what college they're doing. They seem okay. They have jobs and stuff. Well, one's studying to be a vet. He does out in California.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he's in Davis, California. He's not in Southern California anymore. If he was there, he was right at Pasadena. He lived in Pasadena. He went to UCLA. And the other one went to Georgia Tech, and now he's an engineer at Tesla.
Oh, nice.
So you won't see me say one bad word about Elon Musk on. I use his name. I'm not saying one word about him.
Side note for my entire team for Christmas, they got his bio. They got the Walter Isaacson bio for Musk.
He hasn't met Musk. Musk is not there as much as he used to be, but he's going to have a huge office there, and he's going to do the HVAC heating and cooling for that office.
Sweet.
He's going to engineer that, but you don't. If you're his boss, said you really don't want to see Musk. He's a little. If you wore the wrong color shirt, he could be like, "Okay, you're out."
Yeah,
because he's just that way,
I like him, but no. So I bought everyone that biography because he has a method that someone used to do to me, and I used to complain about it endlessly. And it's actually like a management method where you kind of give people like totally unrealistic deadlines, and that's the way like you find out how much time some things really take. So like I would have someone tell me like, oh, that should take 45 minutes, and it would take like 4 hours. Like, but you do it as quickly as possible. And in that biography, there's like 5 or 6 separate times where they prove how he like did that,
Right.
And, it was just like, it was very like eye-opening. And I just thought like from an IT level, like, like we should kind of work this way. We should work like as aggressively as possible sometimes with problems. So
yeah, he was headhunted by Tesla.
That's awesome.
That's why they asked him.
That's great.
And they're so efficient. Like an application like that, you would know, Peter, that would take weeks. Oh, I won't hear them out. Maybe nope. It's like 2 days, and you go through the whole thing. You just go the whole car wash, all in 2 days. They don't waste any time.
I need a Tesla. I'm gonna go buy one.
He had to move down to Austin. He was in Atlanta.
I need a Tesla.
Yeah, it still runs on fossil fuels. The electricity is BS. because you plug it into the grid, right? So the grid is still powered by fossil fuels. So like, it's cool. It's a cool idea. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool idea, but yeah. Just make sure you have a gas vehicle too.
Yeah, I think the people that buy
He doesn't have a
Teslas,
Tesla.
yeah, I think the people that buy Teslas know that. I think they buy Tesla because they want the Tesla.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's any environmental like decision making when it comes to buying that car.
Well, I don't know if that's true, Pete. I think a lot of people think it's an electric car, and it's
He doesn't have a
powered
Tesla.
by electricity.
They don't get a
You know
break
what I mean?
on Teslas.
I don't think they. Not all of them are.
The workers don't get a discount on Teslas.
It's like Red Bull. It's like if you work for Red Bull, you're still spending $3 for an 8 ounce.
Yeah, they can get all the bells and whistles on the Tesla. They can get upgraded version, and all that stuff is free. But the basic price is the same. They don't get a discount on it. He doesn't spend any money anyway. He wouldn't buy one. He's kind of tight.
He's got his big Chevy truck.
No, he's just got his Hyundai that he's had for a while.
Well, what's your
Hyundai's
basic
all right.
Tesla model cost?
I think $45,000.
See, that's a house. That's a good down payment.
Yeah, but that's almost any new car. I mean, unless you
know.
want a little economic car that's like a 3-banger or 4-banger cylinder. I mean, maybe 24,000. They're all getting close to 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the basic model Tesla was running 34,000.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know. I'd have to look it up,
for
but
mine.
I seem to remember 45.
Yeah, you could be right. It could be. Yeah,
I don't know. I have a pretty good memory.
Yeah.
I paid like 26, and it's got 10,000 miles on it for my Colorado because I had so many cars. I wanted a truck in case things got bad. I wanted to be able to bug out.
You got a Chevy Colorado?
Yeah.
That's sweet, man. I like those vehicles. Yeah, I got a Chevy Camaro. And it's paid off.
Oh,
Well,
do you? Like what year? What year?
It's 2016.
2016.
My last two cars were Impalas, and I really liked how they drove,
nice.
but they stopped making them for some reason.
Is
It's a SS2 with the L1 LT or whatever the Corvette engine is.
Okay, I was gonna say I know didn't they do like a Transformer model that year?
Yeah, the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just a regular RS. It's a V6.
It was more than meet the eye.
Okay, so wait, so you have the Camaro with the Vet engine, essentially, right?
Yeah, the V8.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
How about you, Dale?
400.
What are you driving through Spokane?
I drive a Honda CRV, so it's
nice.
It's a granny car, but it's good
No,
for
man,
commuting.
those Honda CRVs, a lot of people really like them. They're kind of cool, like all around little cars.
What was everyone's first vehicle that they started to drive with? Mine was a 67 Cutlass.
Chevy Tracker.
That was a rough ride.
My mom's Ford Pinto
it was a
Station.
ton of fun.
No shocks on those things.
Also, the same color as my first real BMX bike, which was a GT Pro Performer. Same color too, which was funny.
My mom's 72 Pinto station wagon.
Oh hell! Hit it from behind, it blows up.
No, it's just that's the hatchback. Not the station wagon. The station wagon was good.
It blows up.
It was a bad car though.
I always wanted a station wagon growing up. A place to play in the back of. While we drove.
Yeah, I was like, they built a lot of crappy cars. I mean, American cars just. I mean,
or give me one of those vans that I could paint a mural on the side. With shag fur.
With your Fresneda painting on the side.
On the back.
Like the Scooby-Doo mobile.
The Boston cover on the side of it.
I had a rusted out 82 Datsun pickup as my first car. Paid $250 for it.
Wow.
That was a
Yeah, my
76
first-
Rabbit. I had to put a clutch in it.
Oh,
$250. Same deal.
Yeah, my first car was a brand new 94 V6 Camaro.
I can still drive a clutch. I don't, but I can.
So my dad used to work at a car dealership, and that's the only reason we got new cars. So
Aha! Aha!
Inside track.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we never had like a nice house. We lived in a trailer park or in a mobile home. It wasn't a trailer park, but
Yeah. But we had
nice
all
new
the
cars.
cars.
Yeah. Something about my father never believed in or wanted to have a mortgage, so he was very like weird about that. And so he never wanted to be stuck where like, oh, I have a house but I can't pay for it, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I mean, that's not like look. JP Morgan said, like JP Morgan didn't believe in investing in real estate. He thought that was like the stupidest thing. On the sole idea that you have to spend money to live somewhere. So using like your home as like an asset to borrow against was like he's like find other ways to make money.
Yeah.
So, it's not uncommon for people.
Yeah, well, my father was an accountant, so you probably read that J.P. Morgan book you're probably referring to.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that is probably a philosophy that he probably read.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unheard of. I know guys in finance, like guys that are really like, they make a good quarter a year, and they rent. They don't give a shit.
I'm renting now. I owned a house. I own a couple houses.
Well, Obama said a few years ago, renting is the new thing, as opposed to owning.
We sold that house. We sold the house when the kids went to college because they went to expensive colleges.
Wow.
And then that's basically. My wife does not want them to pay the loans. She wants to pay the loans. I'm like, you're a moron.
Yeah.
The kids at Tesla can pay his own loan back.
Right. Yeah. Elon, pay back the loan.
I mean, he pays. There is a loan that he took that he has that he does pay back. But and then she looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, oh, I have to hear this.
I have
to hear about money for 30 years.
Yeah, I thought Tesla and SpaceX had programs where if you were with them like long enough, they would either like pay into your loan or like take a percentage or somehow roll that into your salary.
I think maybe, I don't know. He's only been there maybe a little less than a year. So
yeah, I think it might be like a longer mark, but
I'll have to find out.
Yeah, I would have him like I'm like 50% positive.
I'll have to ask him.
Those might have been like the early terms, not anymore. Like those are like early incentives to get into Tesla. Probably not. They don't probably offer that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still feel like when if they can find someone like domestically that can like show up and work and qualified and whatever, I do feel like that's still a valuable person. Like people are like, oh, they use like the B-52 or whatever visas and they import
yeah,
like but it's still so like even on like on an HR level, it is so much easier hiring someone that lives in the country, like period. Like it just eliminates so much white paper. So, but
I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, fine. Let me know because I'm curious.
He'll I don't mind. I would if I could pay, I would, but I liked having a house. I mean, as a man, it's nice to own your own home,
Yeah.
Even if you're paying your mortgage. And I owned one in New York, and we sold that, and I owned one in North Carolina. So I know.
But do you ever really own it? Because you still got to pay taxes, right?
But you can pay property taxes. That's true. It depends where you live.
Yeah.
For the Northeast, it's really expensive.
I mean, dude, I don't know how so many people I went to high school with, just from high school, that bought homes in New Jersey, where like the property taxes literally go up every single year, and some of them are like, it's like in some counties or some townships, it's like 8,000 a year.
I was in Westchester County. I was in Valhalla, New York, outside of White Plains, and we had a house, and it was, it was like 1,800. It was a small house. It's like basically 2-bedroom, maybe 3.
Yeah,
and it was like 8,000 to 10,000 in taxes. That's why we're at North Carolina,
dude. It's insane, and like I understand, like if you have a family and like you want to do that, you want to own a home, but it's if the property taxes go up every single year, that's just move, like find another.
Northeast, you're paying for everybody's school. It's insane. It's all basically on the education.
Isn't California a lot like that?
California is even more, but where I lived, it was high. I mean, we're talking southern Westchester County, so that right outside of New York City. So New York, that's the feeder area for New York's people are on the train going to New York. So like where like say EVS is, that's really just about Philadelphia. That's really not that close to where I live.
Yeah, EVS is 20 minutes from me, and I know his township, and yeah, his township's up there.
I had my uncle used to live in Summit.
Okay.
Yeah, and they used to go like Cherry Hill Mall. We used to go down and go to Cherry Hill Mall.
Dude, Cherry Hill.
What's his address? What's the house number on EVS?
Oh, no, I could probably. I think
it's a joke. It's a joke, Pete.
Yeah, Don't I know, but I think there was like a couple. Didn't he do like a couple streams where he's like walking outside, like?
Oh yeah, he does not. He doesn't care. It's out there. People find out his address.
I know it's out there, but
yeah.
He was showing off his new paved driveway.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's back kind of when I watched it like a little bit more regular. But I could probably. If I got stills from that, I could probably pinpoint where he is in Mount Laurel. Like I could probably pinpoint which cul-de-sac or neighborhood.
I don't. Maybe Rex will feel this way. There was a big book once, and it had yellow pages and white pages, and it came to everybody once a year, and it had everybody's telephone number and address.
Yeah.
So I don't understand all this doxing stuff.
It doxed everybody.
I am somebody.
Like you wanted to be in the pages, so you're
right.
Phone number.
I am somebody. I'm in the phone book now. The jerk.
That's right. Now you're being doxxed and somebody's going to threaten your life. So that's the social age we're in.
Yeah. Well, I think some of that comes from the like if you're doxxed, most likely you have people that are so effing pissed at it. Like you pissed off so many people where like your address now is a sensitive like topic.
Let your fingers do the walking.
Yeah.
You remember that?
That's right. I remember that. That's right. Yeah, it came. The changes come fast, man.
Yeah. But dude, like when I was a kid, I would go through the yellow pages, and then like sometimes like someone's like father, like would work in New York, so they would have like those yellow pages, and I would go through them, calling comic shops looking for floppies, seeing if they had like
I remember doing
like
that.
Captain America issue, whatever, or like X-Men issue, whatever. And and we would do these like giant road trips.
You guys have Darkhawk 16
number 1.
Yeah. I need Darkhawk number 5.
I'm looking for Amazing Spider-Man 351.
One time, this is the amazing thing. So Archie Comics was in Mamaroneck, New York. That's like basically my hometown. Now they're in Pelham, New York. They've moved offices, but they're in Mamaroneck behind some gas station. Mechanics for years. They had the small. But you could go and look up the presidents in the yellow pages and find out where they lived in Scarsdale. Like you could look up whoever name Goldwater. Oh, there he is. He was in the phone book.
Yeah, that's insane.
But that's what it was. This is not that well. We always say it's not that long ago, but 30 years ago now, 30 years ago from like 1975 was like World War II. The world is so fast. We're watching content from 30 years ago and not even thinking about how long ago that is.
Yeah.
I'm watching Rockford Files,
yeah, you go.
1976.
That's a
It's
good
a
show.
great show.
Well, that's why I like talking with Rex, because Rex gets into the nitty gritty with the stuff
The minutia.
yeah, but he gets into like the stuff that he grew up around. Me, like what Rex would watch from him, like, or probably you too. Like what you guys would watch is because you grew up with it. For me, I watch it because I want to like learn about it and study.
No,
it.
yeah, that's exactly, and it's like that with the comics. So like Frank Robbins is a hated comic artist, right? He took over Captain. He's terrible. He created Man Bat, and he drew the Invaders, and I never really liked him. But now I go back and look at him. I go, wow, this stuff is brilliant, because the stuff now is so quiet, and his stuff is the figures are jumping off the pages, you know.
Yeah.
And the comics were more fun then because you weren't asking so much of them. You
know,
had no expectations.
Well, they were disposable. They were meant to be like read. You like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
you were supposed to.
Like
You
the
were supposed to
newspaper.
collect them.
Yeah,
it's like
and
the
you kind of
newspaper.
like, you read it, you move on.
You trade them with your friends.
Yeah, I think now it's like it's really weird now because like everything really is like a giant story arc. It's complicated. It's like I can't just walk into a comic shop and buy, even if it's like the Krakoa era, right? Like I can't just go in and buy one of those comics.
Yeah, so most of the time when I grew up, 70s, 80s comics into the early 90s, the basic thing is you could pick up a comic, even if it was in a long storyline like an X-Men comic, there would be a page or something that tell you what happened the issue before, so you weren't completely lost. So you're going to read that one and buy the next one.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
or like real quick to interject, the more sophisticated way that the editors dealt with that is if you look really at the first like 3 to 4 pages of of those comics, that was the in-story recap.
That's right.
Yeah, like
It used to be a requirement.
And in the 70s, the 70s, it was the money was so tight the comics were only 17 pages long. They were filled with ads, and so that means that they only had like maybe 15 pages to move that story along.
Right, and that's the other point. The reason why there were ads is because that was a business model, because they had to, they have to give your advertisers numbers. You're like, hey, we're moving this many issues a month, run an ad. And I think that's what happened by the 90s. The 90s comic book, the ads within comic book went more in-house.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But what happened to direct market was the publishers used to have everything on their shoulders. So they'd have this thing and it would say 400,000 copies of
On
Spider-Man.
the inside, at the bottom.
But they only had to really sell a percentage of it. And if it was 40-45% of, say, Superman, that was great. They expected X amount just to be absolutely trashed, but they printed them anyway.
Yeah.
And and then with the direct market, all that was on the comic shops. Now they order it, and they're printing to what those guys order, and then they're creating a back issue. Nothing's getting returned, and that created a back issue market. I mean, there was always a back issue market, but not like it was when they finally went direct sales.
Yeah, and probably now we are gravitating towards like back issue only shops.
Right, that's right. And the newsstands were very important, but the comics were too cheap, so they would lose out to the magazines. But stuff like Star Wars and G.I. Joe for Marvel saved Marvel's bacon because they sold on the newsstand so
ROM, Micronauts, Silverhawks, you name it, all the commercials.
Like I talked to Jim Shooter for 2.5 hours at Heroes Con at the bar, and he said Star Wars saved Marvel.
Yeah, but if you look at Marvel's model at that time, people don't classify Marvel as a licensing house. Marvel had
that's right. It was one of
Godzilla, John Carter of Mars, Battlestar Galactica. The licensed books that were connected to movies, even the movie adaptations, outsold Marvel proper.
Right. Well, that all started because Roy Thomas talked Stan Lee into doing Conan.
Right? Yeah, here you go. Yeah, another like.
And it was all Roy loved it, and Roy fought for Star Wars too.
Yeah, and I think it's weird. I think it's weird that Marvel, they when they do the Fox thing, they legit roar back with licensed books, and you're like oh, Marvel's going to be able to just print cash, doing licensed books again, and then like all of a sudden, like it just didn't happen. Like Star Wars popped for a couple of years, but it didn't become this seminal seller for for them. And I don't know, like that Skybound makes money on licensed comics.
Oh, they do them pretty well though.
Battlestar Galactica was
Skybound's got G.I. Joe now.
Part of it is they have to make good comics.
Transformers.
G.I. Joe, yeah. Transformers, yeah.
Yeah. But it's but the model's like reverse. Like, like the big companies, DC should be doing Transformers. Like the big company.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know who took that all on and still they're in like what, 70 million in debt now? IDW. They've really done some nice license stuff, but they've neglected their comic line for way too long.
Yeah,
you know what's funny is you figure that stuff would have been easy. Like they would have done all their WB work. Now Marvel is doing like all their Disney stuff because they got like Aliens, Predator. You know what I mean? Like
quality though, because the guys who really control comics, a lot of them are crowdfunding, and they're older guys, and they have high page rates, and they're going down to other countries and buying the reason why there was never a union of comic artists to get paid fairly is because there was always somebody's who can't wait to work in comics and work really cheap.
Yeah,
and they're going down to Brazil and they're going down to other countries, pulling these guys out. Some of them are really good, some of them aren't so good. And there's Dan Mora,
I hired an artist, $65 per page. 4 pages, and in his country that ended up being $1,500 US, but it was only 65 per page.
And then why does Garrett go down to Glass House Studios and get all those guys to Brazil? Because he's not paying them to do their work.
Yeah,
and I'm not picking on him. That's just a business model.
Yeah.
Well, I could,
but
I don't worry about it too much.
Who's that?
I don't worry about what Eric goes down to Brazil.
Well, I equate it to baseball, like the Dodgers. The Dodgers, brought in people from Japan and all over long before the other teams did, and it changed baseball over time. Now every team's got somebody who's from South America or somewhere.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah, but it's also too like those countries did have like a heritage of players, though.
Oh,
right?
They did. Yeah.
Like
but,
the
Dodgers brought them in.
Yeah, but I think when you look at companies like Dynamite, when you drill down the Marvel like artist tree, like you have your top tier, and then the further down the tree you go, it's like you get less detail, less storytelling, less backgrounds, less expressions. The pages look quick, they look sloppy. You look at the name, you Google the name, you see where they live, and there's your answer.
Right.
And there should be a mystical element when you work for Marvel or DC, meaning you should be like at a certain level, even if you're at the bottom of the top of their list. But the quality is really what dropped, and I never thought I would see that. Never. I never thought I would be like, oh, like the indie guys are doing work. As like
I never thought that we would see Wonder Woman 84 and with the CG levels, the special effects are actually getting worse over time. I never thought I would see that.
No, yeah, you're right. The Marvel movies, the CG's no good.
Yeah. That's a real that's something you heard for a while. People were like, you're crazy. And then what was I watching? I was watching something crap. And it was in 4K because but it was like so crystal clear where I'm like, is this the movie or am I watching like like a production reel or something, or like a making of type. I forget. Might have been like Craven. The
yeah.
Like it looked so clear and real that it looked like it was home video kind of thing.
Well, kind of. It's almost like, because you know what it is? They render the animation so it's crystal clear.
Right.
Like from here to here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like both of this is clear. Where like the eyeball wants to blur.
Right.
What. And
you need a little bit of lens blur, a little fuzziness, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
To give you that film feel.
I was watching that, and I'm just like, man, like it just looks like rubbery. It looks fake. I don't know.
Oh,
okay. And maybe
fake.
I'm being a little too
Not
like
real
critical.
enough.
No, I think practical effects along with CG is the best way to go, but you have to have it in the right amounts.
Yeah.
The more you can do practically, the better, I think, because your eye registers that as way more real.
What do we think is the best practical special effects movie? Like pre Jurassic Park or pre like CGI era?
Blade Runner.
Ooh. But the model.
The new one, right?
No,
the
new
one or the old one?
The old one. The new one, right?
That would be.
Well, I like them both. Yeah. I like both of them. So
I like the Al Williamson movie adaptation.
But of course, the old one is very nice.
Yeah, that's. Oh no, dude! I have that here, right here. No, look, no joke. I have that right here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
the Blade Runner movie adaptation.
Yeah, this. I'm doing this.
Carlos Garzon.
I'm doing this for the channel. Look! I went through this so many times.
It's a fantastic.
The page came out.
That's a guy that's forgotten is Al Williamson.
His Star Wars stuff is great. His Black stuff great.
Yeah, Flash Gordon. He's really good.
Yeah.
But he was an anchor the last few years, like the last decade.
Yeah,
he had a block. He had a mental block.
Like when I was first getting into comics and stuff, I thought he was like anchor only because like
he was for a long time.
Yeah, because everything I had of his was, but it's like you can easily tell he's working from.
Oh, he's working.
Like
it's
right, like
photos.
Yeah, like these are frames from the movie, but like there's a true speed to like some of his rendering here. Like here, like where he blurs like everything going into the.
They used to take pictures, and I just got a book for Christmas, 50 Girls 50, Al Williamson book, all his EC stuff, all the short stories he did with Frank Frazetta and Roy Krenkel. It's beautiful. It's a Fantagraphics book.
Oh, I'll look that up.
I was sitting next to Rick Leonardi at a convention one time, and I was looking through his pages and stuff, and Al Williamson inked a couple of his stuff.
Yeah,
Al was such a great freaking inker. And Leonardi goes, yeah, he's good, but he ain't no Delper dang.
I don't know about that.
But
who? Delper dang?
Jesse Delper dang, yeah. I don't know, but I don't know about that. There's something about Al Williamson. I mean,
I know,
junior for a long time.
But if you wanted Rick Leonardi, I mean, that's who he would prefer at that time was Delper dang.
Yeah, it was a little harder, not as old fashioned looking. He had more of a lighter touch.
Is Rick Leonardi like one of the underappreciated?
Yes,
he went to Blue Sky. He left.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got the I am the X-Men fill-in artist on his resume is a good artist.
Yeah, he's a good artist, but he went to Blue Sky, and Blue Sky's for pussies.
Oh wait!
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Wait, you mean
he was such a nice guy.
Mike Zeck went to Blue Sky too.
Oh, don't tell me this. Come on.
I called Mike Zeck a pussy.
I don't want to know this stuff.
I did. I'm like, come on, don't go to Blue Sky. All these artists are at Blue Sky because they want to be in their own bubble. And Blue Sky, all the pedos went over there too.
You're making me flashback to when I discovered John Burns' fucking forum.
Oh my God. I was on John Burns forum for a decade.
Dude, I have an account over there. Have whatever it is.
Oh my God.
I was afraid to say anything over there. That dude would fucking reach through the internet and kill you.
No, he's a nasty guy. I'm I'm still on his forum of expatriates in one, and I'm still on that forum. I don't go there as much as I used to. They all left. They all got pissed off. They made their own forum that started with criticizing him, and then they expanded to a regular forum, and they have just one thread, and they just keep going, rehashing the same old stuff. But he is not a nice guy.
No.
At least not online, anyway.
Nope.
Oh man, John Bird's forum. Yeah, I was on.
So you're telling me Rick Leonardi's he's not a very nice guy? Then it sounds like
no,
he was a very nice guy to me.
He could be really a good guy, but he's a lefty. Adam,
Right.
Adam Hughes called us all Nazis.
Right.
Art Adams said some nasty things about right wingers too, because they all got to get jobs from the big two, and if they don't
wingers, right
about the right,
wingers,
they're not going to get work, and then they're stuck in Comicsgate, aren't they?
Well, that's kind of where, and well, here that's the whole. I guess like we can go full circle, like going back to Diamond Comics buckling. Now,
ooh, I like this, Pete. Come on,
so
swing
like,
back around, baby.
Yeah, so like
Saki, do it.
Yeah, so now because of like we can now select our comic book content directly through the creator, crowdfunding, or get it through a website, or sign up for a mailing list, we can actually like you can ignore everything now. Like you can just be Comicsgate and you don't even know what else is happening.
That's exactly true. And the first big crowd, the first people to really do crowdfunding, ironically, is Gail Simone and Jim Calafiore. I don't know. I remember him in the 90s.
Yeah, what
shows?
What did
Gail what politics are?
Yeah, what did Gail Simone crowd like? What was
I forgot what it was. It's some.
Wasn't it a game? She was doing a game, wasn't she?
They crowdfunded a comic. They made like $70,000. Everybody's like, "Oh, we could crowdfund. You can make money at this? You kidding me?" That's all Palmiotti makes on his funds. So he makes like 50 to 70. He never makes cracks 6 figures.
Yeah, I would say like Palmiotti, I always thought was like somewhat of an early adopter.
He was one of the first. That's why you don't see. That's why you don't see anybody really, even though he's kind of annoying on Twitter. He's a nice guy. I met him and talked to him. He's built.
Is he a nice guy?
Friends. He's a super nice guy. You just can't talk politics with him.
He's just lefty. Yeah.
He's from Brooklyn, New York, and that's what he acts like. And he hangs out with Tucci, and I was talking to him at Heroes Con. He always says hello, and it's a shame because then he'll put out a tweet, and I'm grinding my teeth. I'm like, Jimmy, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why are you being stupid? Why do you act like a woman about politics?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's a super nice guy, and you don't see like people go off on Jimmy too much because he's the godfather of crowdfunding.
Yeah, well, I kind of like troll him. I likely
troll
him because because whenever he'll post a picture of like him and Joe Q, I'll I'll quote tweet it and I'll say like one of these guys took over Marvel Comics and the other guy got left behind, and Palmiotti
doesn't like that too much.
Yeah, and Palmiotti will come in and be like, dude, he'll come into my thread and be like, "That's not true."
Yeah, he gets mad.
And I'm like,
his brother's more right wing though. His brother Peter, I remember him from the '90s. He was always around us. We were in this little group of guys, that were doing work.
That's awesome, Pete. I've always felt bad for him because of that. Joe Q just fucking kicking him to the curb.
Listen,
basically,
he got his hooks into Amanda Connor, and now off he goes.
Yeah. But
she's a tremendous artist.
Here's the thing:
that's why he's left wing because of
and this is strictly from like
nice New Yorker
observer's like position. As soon as I saw,
it's all the woman, man.
Yeah, as soon as Danny Mickey started inking Joe Q,
oh yeah,
I was like, holy crap! Because I stand by this. Jimmy P was the best inker on Joe Q. Like I love that X Factor stuff so much. I love that
it was good
so much, dude. The Ninjak issue 1 from Valiant Comics is one of the best drawn comics of that era. Period.
Yeah, that's a good comic.
And then like
all the Exo stuff he did, it was fucking awesome too at Valiant. Yeah.
And dude, like I never wanted to read a book by Jimmy like that he wrote. Like I never wanted to read Jonah Hex, even though like that's good.
They're actually
21
pretty good.
Yeah, but
he's a decent writer.
Yeah, but I never like got over like that hump because to me he was always an inker. Like like I never accepted that transition. And
Well, his crowd funds, which I haven't back, look to me like Netflix pitches. They don't really look a whole lot of fun,
Yeah,
but he's one of Billy's friends. So if you're like at Heroes Con, you're going to say hello to him. And I hang out there. I hang out with Billy and Andy. I hang out with Andy a lot. February 1st is the Charlotte Minicon, and Dan Fraga's coming up. And I'll go down there to say hello to Fraga. And they what to do is everybody criticizes, Comicsgate. But they just bring you on, and you can hang out and do whatever you want with them. They'll be talking to you all day. You can ask some advice. You get a little insight of what's going on. They don't always know. Sometimes I know more.
I got a shout out from Will Perdomo over on the Fraga show day before yesterday for doing that.
Yeah. We've heard that story. Moving on.
It was great.
It was great. I saw that.
Hell yeah.
Fraga is like one of the nicest guys ever.
Oh no, Fraga was like, yeah. Will was really excited about it, so I appreciate it.
No, well, Fraga gets along with EVS fine. I don't know about Will. That's Will's problem, you know that?
No. Will was the one shouting me out. Fraga was like, "Oh, Omer, okay."
But because he doesn't know you.
Yeah, I know.
Once he knows you, he'll be like, "Bro, I love your stuff." That's what he does. I'm like, "You don't like my stuff, Dan. Stop it."
Yeah.
No, it's really good. He's like the most positive human being ever.
I think I might have pissed Dan off a while back because I told him to hurry up with this fucking book.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why his book is late. Most of it out of his control. Although
no, it's not. He could stop being so perfectionist about it and just get it done already.
Well, I thought he went through health issues, though, right?
Also, a lot of health issues.
But that was like 3 years after the book was already fully funded, man.
He couldn't. His hands were shaking. He couldn't draw for like a year and a half, not on a regular basis. Although Omer, I was just going to say, I'm sitting there watching him draw, right? And I love the figure. And I've seen the whole book, by the way, laid out.
You have?
The whole book is laid out. He showed it to me back at SC Comics in South Carolina at Comic-Con.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So the whole book is laid out. But you just hit the nail on the head. He is so detailed. He is doing details that people are not even noticing. He's taking.
You can't stop fucking with it. I know.
Like, what's the here? So I don't do I do all traditional work. I never had a chance to spend the money to get the right iPad, right? So I do traditional. He takes it, he blows it up, and then he's drawing each bullet perfectly. I go, damn.
Yeah, you can't see that when you zoom it back in.
You can't see that. Just draw it so it looks good. And I'm like, no wonder he said, he says, I'm gonna stream every day and get the book done while I'm talking to you.
And then he gets sidetracked and he's not working on it, and Will's trying to get him back on track, and then
I know. And then
you're never gonna finish.
I don't. Yeah. But he has had. I wasn't there at the beginning when he pitched the book. I backed him because I like him, but I'm not waiting
too.
Me too. I wasn't in CG when he started. I wasn't watching that.
Right.
I was early, but not that early.
Yeah.
And he should be. He's ashamed of it. He'll deliver the book because he's ashamed. He's a man of his word. I believe he is.
Right.
Some people don't like Eric DeGuapo. Eric DeGuano doesn't think he's going to do it, but
he'll do it.
Eric Boyd in the chat.
What's up, Eric?
Eric Boyd doesn't say that.
Eric and Boyd?
So, yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, though. I don't disagree. He's like saying, well, I got to map out the stubble on his face, and it's got to be just right. I go, you know what I did? I just did dread, and I put stubble on him. I took my pen and went, dot, 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 dot.
Rex,
I didn't worry about it. Lose your
here for the albino population, Rex.
Let's see, Rex is here to represent the albino population. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rex, are you an albino? I didn't know that.
Well, he's black, didn't you know? In the
I'm
pants,
albino.
He sounds like a southern black guy.
Yeah.
How dare you?
So he gets all the babes. He sweet talks them.
I thought I had gray hair, but I'm not Rex. They officially put on my driver's license gray for my hair. That kind of sucked.
Oh, shit. That has to happen? You have to do that?
Well, it was brown. It's still kind of dark, but it's kind of
yours is like gray. Possum gray.
Possum gray.
At least I have hair, not like most of the professionals are all bald.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
never seen so many cue balls in my life.
You got more hair than I do. So.
Shots
Yeah,
fired.
but at least you kept some of them. They shaved it all off.
Called male pattern baldness.
But
Well,
that's the look now.
they all
Shaved
have
head,
some hair.
goatee.
They just don't want to. They just don't want to deal with it.
They shave it off.
Art's the only one, right? That still has a full head, and he's
Did
the
you
oldest.
see the
isn't he?
picture of Art? Andy showed on the professional the picture of Art when he was young. He had hair past his shoulders, and it didn't look anything like. He doesn't look anything like RT Bear. Back in his rock and roll days.
Uh-huh. Little drummer boy.
Yeah. Oh my God, Art. I'm in Art streams too. Oof.
Yeah, I saw you. You were, yeah.
I'm in all the
you were getting a lot of shout outs from Art. He's like,
Art likes
hey,
to
Mark,
shout
this
out.
kid grew.
I don't know Art. He likes to shout out. He just made me a mod. He makes like a big deal. He really pushes his book hard. If I hear his trailer one more time, I might have to choke myself.
Choke a bitch out.
And they show the trailers like I go, you guys all have to. They're like commercials to me now because I'm in all the chats. So I drive so much that I just keep them on. Like I'll replay them, and if they're live, it's even better. That's why I'm in your chat. I'm driving somewhere, and it's good to listen to. It's better than politics and stuff. I'd rather hear about comic books.
Yes. Speaking of RT, to Bear, so did he ever like talk about? Because you guys follow what these guys, like everything that they talk about. Did he ever address why he didn't get the Jim Lee job when Jim Lee left X-Men?
He has. I don't remember.
Because like just from like again
why was he just the fill-in issue for the 2 issues? You mean?
Well, here's the thing. Like Jim Lee left and Arthur Bear came on board, and he was like almost like a like not as dynamically posed with some of the figures, but he was almost
Jim
like
Lee
a
clone.
1-to-1 copy of Jim Lee.
Right, because he was copying Jim Lee.
I don't remember.
But
He's talked about it.
Yeah, I thought that work was so like it was like so much on the right track, and then I think he was on for like 2 issues. Then it was gone, but along the way, like he would do pinups for X-Men annuals. He did
and then he did the Cable 2 or 3 issue run, right? He did Cable.
I think that I feel a feeling that penciling's not that easy for him.
Yeah, he has a hard time with penciling.
He's more comfortable with the inking. He goes, "Why did you become an inker?" And because I needed to make money, and it was faster than penciling.
Yeah, I think he only did those 2 fill-in issues because they paid him a shitload of money, was what he said. And because I remember him talking about this, and then he said that they offered it to him, but he couldn't take it because he couldn't pencil fast enough for them. The only reason he did 2.
Now.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a late book. His book was a year late. He had back problems. Some of these guys got to tell them. Well, if you're a crowdfunder, my feeling is you have to give up what's slowing you down on a book for everybody. If it's a medical issue, people will understand that. If somebody died in your family, people are going to understand that. If it's just you playing video games, people are not going to understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I think he has trouble. Like he has somebody laying out black and white for him.
Yeah, the new one.
Alan Patrick. Now he changes the storytelling. But this guy does the bare bones layouts, and he was going to have Joe Bennett do that until Joe Bennett went with Chuck Dixon. And it's from Glasshouse, the same Glasshouse Studios.
Yeah, but he's fixing everything he doesn't like about it, so to make it art, and then he inks.
Right, it looks like art, but the basics are the basic bones of a good storyteller. Or this type of storytelling.
And he does really loose layouts for it all. Like he does like bubble layouts or stick figure layouts. And then he goes and fixes everything. Yeah.
So like
yeah.
And he's trying to get more of it done ahead of time. Although that's not a true crowd fund, but still, he needs to do that.
Going back to Art and not taking the X-Men deal, the other thing was Rob Liefeld offered him more money to just be an inker. And that's the primary reason why he didn't do the X-Men books.
Well, let me ask you a question, Marcus.
From what I remember hearing.
Comment on this. What makes a late book? Is it making a promise and not meeting that promise?
That's to me. That's what people think. I don't. It's a crowd fund. It's not. It's an estimated time. It's not a hard line time. But the comic fans out there, especially the ones that are mad, the ones that were in the chat and did the awards, and I was in that chat for a long time, and I didn't agree with all these guys, but they feel like if they meet that, if you miss that date that you put on Indiegogo or Kickstarter for that matter, you are late. Like John
Longbox said, there's a little leeway of 2 years.
Well, no, right. Like Longbox,
2.5 years.
He said his book was late for 3 weeks, and he was very upset by it. I'm like, because it was a printer thing. The printer came and they messed up.
But he explained that to his and
but 3 weeks isn't late. I mean, 3 weeks isn't late. A month isn't late. All these guys. Shane said he was late because he had surgery on his arm, but nobody considered. Shane Davis has never really delivered a late book like the other guys have.
Oh yeah, Shane's really good about it. But
You
that's
know,
because he
and
has
Aaron's
Yanzi
good about it, and
should
most
bust
of
his
the
balls.
Kings deliver their books. They're just a couple of the high. That's a late book. Now, if you're years late, that's a different story. Yes, you deserve everything you get. But if you did a book, if I did a book and I say, well, I work 40 hours, 50 hours a week, and I'm going to do a 100-page book, and I'm going to put a 2-year date on it, I'm not late if I say my estimated time is 2 years out.
Is it bad that I did not put any date on mine?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think people are a little too serious about it because late comics are the least of Indiegogo Kickstarter's problem. Most of the technologies are late. Those complicated. Oh, this new umbrella.
Yeah.
Most of that stuff is way later. Games are late all the time.
Yeah. Or
they don't even deliver some of that stuff. This is just comic fans are used to comics that come out monthly or bi-monthly. Boom, 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 boom. But eventually, they don't remember. All-Star Superman was late. Dark Knight was really late. Camelot 3000 was late.
Watchmen had
that Doomsday book.
Walker
It
is
took
late.
2 years to come out to put 12 issues out. 2 years.
It was all really late, but by the time you got those books, they've been reprinted and reprinted and reprinted. And nobody cares.
Image was late the first 2 years of their existence.
Well, the Image needed to be more on time to solidify themselves, and they could have probably done what they wanted.
Right.
Yeah, but Image too, like, you know, for that argument, they were new companies. They were new. Everything that those guys were doing was built from the ground up. So it's tough. Like, you know, like they I think Image gets a lot of flack, but they did make, you know, it's the solicitations that had to get returned, or that's what created the problem.
Here's another thing to maybe think about. Like, okay, so crowdfunding, right? Okay, everybody's late. You want to be the book of your life. You want to make your magnum opus or whatever the fuck, right? So, okay, I'll give you an extra 2 months to do one book, right? Like, if you could do one book, 24 pages in 1 month, okay, double that time and give me, even give it 6 months and double the amount of pages and work within that time frame.
That's not the same.
Is
because
it?
They have to promote the book. They have to run the business. Yeah. They have to hire people.
Whoa. I'm giving you extra time, though.
Yeah, but 6 months isn't. No, that's not how art works.
Well, who's the one who's doing 2 books a year? Graham Nolan. Graham Nolan does 2 books a year.
Graham Nolan's not drawing Joe Frankenstein 3.
Anthony Garcia is drawing it.
Anthony Gonzalez Clark's drawing.
Aaron Lepresti's done 2 books a year.
Aaron Lepresti's really fast.
What's
Carissa
that?
Grant? Carissa Grant do like
when did he
5 or
do
6
2 books a
a
year?
Didn't he do Kit Carter and Wraith of God 2 at the same time?
No,
almost in the same year.
No, it's almost in the same year, but not quite.
Okay, but pretty close.
Andy Smith does his book. He comes out on time, and it's about a year, and he works 6 days a week. He does 2 pages a week.
That's
he's putting
great.
a lot more
That
work
should
into
be.
this thing than he used to. Now, if it was regular comics, he was saying to this guy today, he could do a regular, like for DC or Marvel, 5 weeks for a comic. Just penciling.
Yeah. What were you saying, Levi? Sorry.
I mean, John Byrne is the one who used to do 3 books a month.
Yeah. And yeah, they look
main
pretty
titles
good,
too.
And what?
Main titles.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Like top level titles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, it made him really mean in his old age. So is it worth it?
Yeah.
Hey, John Byrne has a fire jet seat, right? His drawing chair is from a jet fighter. Like,
really?
Like he earned it. when you have a jet fighter chair for your drawing chair, you earned it.
You can be as mean of old bastards as you want.
Yeah.
I think every one of the people that we think are on time have been late by a week or a month because of printing issues, paper issues, and all that. But when you start with a year or 2 years, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Levi, you were going to mention that girl. What's her name?
Carissa Grant does multiple issues a year.
Yeah, but the art on those is not.
Well, it all depends on your style, how long it takes.
It doesn't stack up to what these guys are doing.
And what's the page count? Is it a floppy, or is it a big death book? That I think
doing 36, 32 pages,
plus pages in 2 years.
Wow.
You know, that's a lot.
Like John's long box, he's the writer, and he wants to eventually do 3 basically it's a floppy, right? 3 a year, but only 3 a year, but it still takes time. And Renzo Rodriguez is a fast artist, and he's got fast artists working for him. They're very good. I mean, his main talent is the guys he collected are really good, and they all want to do more. But also, there's a money thing. Do you want them to do more? Do you want to spend $20 each time? Like, it's a $10 book. It's going to be $10 shipping. How much money you could turn around and keep paying out? You know, when it was 60 cents. Like, why did I stop buying comics? Well, the comic shop was far from me. That was one. But two, each comic is $2.99, $3.99. Yeah. So for me to buy the stack that I used to buy when I was a kid at 50 cents, 60 cents, $1.25, you know, you couldn't do it.
No.
$5.99, $4.99 for a monthly book is a lot of money.
And that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about the more you can do on your own when you're putting your own book out, and the less people you involve, the better.
What these guys have to do is they don't sell the books this way is these are European albums that come out once a year. Like Mobius would come out with a book once a year, a hardcover book. It looked like Kid Carter, right? That type of size and that type of scope. And it wouldn't come out every month. They had other books, other comics for that. But the big ones, the Europeans, that they'd come out with these albums. We don't really sell it that way. You're being when you're backing these comics, you're not just buying the book. You're a patron of the arts. You're enabling them.
You're helping. You become a producer,
enabling Rex to make his comic. Now, if somebody says my comic is already done and I'm crowdfunding it, you're not enabling them to make their comic. They already made their comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So Baron does it that way. It's really a pre-order. Eric July does it that way, we think. That's a pre-order. And everybody who says my comic is already done, because they're so afraid about being late or having that over their head, that's really not a
But there's nothing wrong with that either, even if it's crowdfunded.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Right.
Like, and why is it even a subject of discussion? Like, who cares?
Because they you know what? Then go to the printer, pay for yourself, and really sell it, you know? Go to Diamond.
Why? Why does anyone have to listen to you in your opinion?
The idea is I'm not helping you. I'm not buying your comic. I'm helping you make the comic.
Yeah, but are they saying that it's already at the end? They're already done. Okay, I get it. If they're already saying they're already done,
no, it doesn't really matter because they're crowdfunding the printing, and the shipping is so much money. It's the same difference. You're right about that. But I'm just kind of be devil's advocate about it.
Yeah, I was trying to be the devil to get perspective, right?
Basically, what we're going to do is not back Don's comic. That's our goal. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah.
Well, I think about this a lot, and people ask me about it a lot. So,
yeah, but that shouldn't be a reason to get mad, or even a point.
I'm not mad.
Of like, oh, I'm not going to back him because the book's already done. I mean,
no, that's not a reason not to back. Not at all. No.
Yeah.
But if you were going to worry about, let's say, like I didn't back Godlike until the second chance, because I knew I wasn't going to wait for Godlike, and I know that he doesn't do the in-demand thing, which is stupid, but he doesn't. But he'll do a second.
Right, it is dumb. I agree with you.
It's really dumb. He's just trying to be a pain in the ass, but that's
right. Well, he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want that extra work. and he yeah,
No,
exactly.
you know what's funny? You're probably right. He does.
He's
complain
lazy.
about the
He
work.
says it. He said it himself. I'm lazy. He says it himself.
Oh wait, man! You order a sketch from that guy, and he's light boxing the same sketch. Holy
Oh
shit!
yeah, I got those fucking shitty fucking sketches.
How
Yeah,
bad
I
is
got
that
2 of
sketch,
them.
Homer?
Wait, who's
It's a
that?
piece of shit.
John
Yeah,
Malin.
yeah, a
He
light
light
box
Show it.
piece of shit. Yeah,
Now, if you ordered a sketch from, you ordered a head sketch.
I'd
from
have to
Kid
find
Carter.
it, bro. I don't.
If you order a head sketch from Kid Carter
Next week.
from Aaron Lopresti,
Here,
he
let
took
me
a
see if I
pad
can
of
find it.
11. He took a 9x12 pad of Bristol, and every shot of Kid Carter's face is different from the other one.
Let me see if I can find it.
And he worried about it too. This one was too close to the other one. Can I give this one out? I'm like, it's just so opposite of some of these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
A different, you create. I'm like, but he's fast. He's really fast, and he talks his artwork down. He's crazy. He's as good as anybody.
Who's that? Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, I see. Like,
Really good.
What's his background? Because I see the stuff that he posts that comes up on my Twitter feed is like top notch. It really. But is he what, mostly a DC guy, or
He was mostly Well, he did a big run on Ms. Marvel while she still
Cross
had
Gen,
big boobs. He was at Cross Gen.
Miss Mystic.
He was at Marvel. Miss
Malibu,
Mystic.
Sludge.
I think I know him more from Cross Gen now.
Wonder Woman. He had a long run with Gail Simone on Wonder Woman a couple of years.
Oh.
He's one of the
Excalibur.
main Wonder Woman artists. And to me, he's as good. I told him one time on stream that I thought he was as good as Finch, and he like couldn't believe it. And I'm like, he doesn't need as many lines as Finch does to make his form. He's really natural. But he kind of got started later than some of the other guys. That's why, he's not 40 years in the business.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he like the same age as
He's
Finn?
he's like
turned 50.
61.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
like
I
the
thought
same
he
age
was
as Graham Nolan.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to think of his title from Cross Gen, but now, like, did he come in maybe?
It was his main title was Mystic, the chick in the
Mystic,
Aether,
mystical chick, yeah.
He did like the last 10
Because he
issues
really
or
could
so.
draw women really, really well.
Yeah.
But he was one of these guys, and he did some X-Men stuff with Claremont, like that, whatever they did,
Excalibur.
Everlasting X-Men or something.
Excalibur as well.
Excalibur, but he never was one to shoot for the big books. He
Yeah.
always wanted to do is he wanted to write, so he's always trying to find like, I want to do Metamorpho. I'm like,
I wanted to do.
He worked on Sludge as well.
Right.
Yeah,
he was
Malibu.
Garbage
Odd
Man.
artist.
Gary
go.
Martin
Also
worked on
good.
Sludge too.
Sludge is such a good book.
He did that JLA. What did he do? That he did 12 issues of that Justice League book, Dark JLA or
Justice League Dark.
JLA International. I think Booster Gold was in it. Batman showed up, and he did like a
International.
monster. They did like a Hulk, DC Hulk book. Like a Hulk version. I forget the name of that book.
Oh,
it turned into a big monster.
Rampage.
Rampage. That was it.
Yeah.
But none of these are big sellers,
Right.
I mean, he made good weather. He made good living, I think.
No, he just became a higher a guy that that was like a little bit above the
Hey, Berkman, welcome.
Andy Smith was never a big star when he was working in all these places. He was kind of like Bart Sears Jr.
I wish he would do away with the
I'm going to
ultra
tip out, gentlemen. It was good to stream with y'all again. Thank you again for the invite, Omer. I will see you guys down the road.
Always
Here's
like to talk over your
here's the
tail.
night I'm working on for you.
All right, take care.
Take it easy,
that
Dale.
looks
bro.
good. Put
Take
it on
care.
Twitter. Get it done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for
have
sure.
to go soon too.
All right, later.
You got it, buddy. Later.
Yeah, real quick, like for the untrained eye, there was a while where you couldn't distinguish Andy Smith.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They in fact they did Exo Manowar every other issue.
That's funny. Yeah.
But
when they got bought by Acclaim, when they were with Acclaim, they would switch every other issue.
Wow, I like the backside of this better. Talking about getting it done. Here you go. I like the backside of that better. The bleed through.
Bart was his mentor, and I
You're
think he's a
digging
good
me,
artist,
Homer.
but
Come on, I finished
he
the
wasn't
piece
a
for
huge
you.
star.
Oh, you
Bam.
Nice.
Ooh, look at that.
That's really nice.
He's got that O face. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know who he's doing. Don't ask me.
To me, the biggest stars on the Kings are really Ethan and Graham Nolan.
Nolan is just like his stuff is just like his whole like arc is fantastic.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me share this out. Just give me a second. I'm gonna share Rex's channel. We're here to try to get him 500. We did get 2 subscribers tonight. Let's see. Do we have 3 by chance? Let's see. Nope, we got 2 though. I was shooting for 10. I'm shooting for 10, but we got 2. So if anyone's out there, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. Rex, we're trying to get him to 500. Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
You know what? I was looking through my godlike here, Marcus, and I think I stopped ordering that damn sketch tier thing because after the last 2 shitty ones I got for freaking what's the book he does with Mark Bolton?
U.S. Assassin?
No, the other one.
He's relaunching it. They're doing a second chance. Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard
Shift. Graveyard Shift. Yes.
Yeah. So I got 2 shitty Graveyard Shift drawings.
I never got a mail-in book. You guys like mail-in? Because I never got a mail-in book before Godlike. I'm not really a Liefeld guy, and so
the only thing I got in a mail-in was the first 2 Graveyard Shifts in trade paperback form and issue 3 on that issue 3 thing.
I mean, I have to read Godlike again. I read it in bursts.
I like the supplemental way more than his issue. I like Malin's art. I like Malin's art a lot, but he needs to be reined in by an editor to make him stay on target. Otherwise,
stay on target.
Otherwise, he kind of goes off the rails a little bit, and his faces get wonky, and they're inconsistent, and he plays the shadows too much, and yeah.
But the editors that we want, that people ask for, they're just not that type of editor. And Nascenti's not coming in and editing CG books.
I know that. I'm just saying, like his stuff when he was with Marvel, because there was an editor, kind of probably had him stay more
somebody pushing him in the right. Yeah, somebody pushing him in the right direction. Yeah. But they don't really have those type of things.
Because they're the boss. So how are you going to tell your boss, oh, boss, you're fucking up the faces. Can you fix these faces because it doesn't look like the same character?
The people with Godlike is that it was a big info dump, and then there was 6 pages of black. But I didn't care that much about the black space thing. He was trying a very ambitious thing. I don't think he was completely successful, and he might be more successful in issue 2. The younger guys,
it sounds like issue 2 is going to be better, but I wouldn't know because I'm not going to back it.
I might back it on the second chance. He takes too long to back on the first chance.
Yeah.
Like I didn't back Rainbow the Boot, and I'll decide to back it when he decides, oh, it's closing down in 3 weeks, and then maybe I'll think about it.
Right.
I save up money to back stuff. I'm more apt to do Inglorious X3, although I did tell Shane that I won't back it because of his anti-Jim Starlin comments. I was very upset by that.
He wasn't being for real, was he?
I know that had to be. He was saying that Jim Starlin was a crappy artist, and and the other people were like, "What are you kidding me?" And then EVSL said some lie of a story to get him off the hook.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like if you look at Starlin, like some of his proportions and his limbs. Oh, what's that?
Oh, yeah, I like that one. Nice.
Yeah, he's whipping out the good stuff.
Is that Jim Starlin, Rex?
No, that's that guy who did that. I forget his name. Brian Boonian.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his name? Orlando inked this.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I had him in SVA.
Awesome. What's his name? Who's Orlando? What's his first? Jerry
Orlando. Jerry Orlando.
Joe?
Yeah.
Jerry?
Why is that in the bag and board, Rex?
What?
Why is that in the bag and why is that in the bag? The comic.
Oh, because
comics
it's worth
comics
money.
don't belong in bags.
Oh,
that's
you
not
put
how
them in
Rex
the raw
works.
like Kelsey does up on the shelf. Okay, all right.
No bags, no
back,
board.
This is in a bag. It's no board, but it's in the
Oh, that's a nice one.
This is
Number 6.
Wow.
number 6. Yeah.
Well, when it's historic, yeah, keep it safe.
Tootsie Roll ad.
This is so cool. I love that.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, they
Haldir says, Godlike felt like an
No, I know what
extended
you're
prologue
saying
to me.
about-
Yes, maybe number 2 will have some actual sequential story. Yes, I was just about to point that out. It's just Weather the Birds comic. You're right on. You hit the nail right on the freaking head, Haldir. That's the biggest issue I had with Godlike.
No, look at
Oh,
that.
That's why I liked.
See, that's my type of book. Get to know.
That's why I
about
liked
the
the
story.
supplemental better because it was actual story.
Ooh, you'll never see this book. This is a rare book. This is on the
Dead End
Gerber.
crime story.
Maybe about 20 of these things exist
No
on the
way.
Gerber list.
How much
nice.
is that
It's a
worth?
Canadian comic.
Look at that.
Canadian comic.
Uh-huh. Canadian
Yeah.
published, I should say.
Nice. Yeah, they didn't connect. They don't really publish that many comics.
Mhm.
There's a history about that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like
there's a good documentary. Yeah, well, we all
Yeah.
know that one there.
Captain
Yeah,
Canuck.
Crisis, that was good.
Did you know that they will grade them without slabbing them? This one is actually CBCS graded.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
The only thing they don't check for is restoration, but this would be like an 8.5. They say
Not high enough for Lepresti. Got to be 9.4.
I got my
Rex,
first one.
You got enough of you could you entertain the troops for about 5-6 minutes or so?
Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna leave you
Especially
big.
if I show these comics over there.
Yeah, look. Let me real quick.
Bob Powell cover, gorilla cover from the 50s, 1953. Oh, bought this for $5. This thing goes.
It's a Marvel.
Yeah,
comic.
Patsy Walker. Yeah, Atlas, 1953.
Wow, look at the rack they gave those chicks.
Yeah,
They
Shish
pulled
Boom
around.
Bye. Yeah.
Got their bloomers going.
Oh, key issue.
Oh,
First
right. Kubert.
appearance of Hawkman in the Silk Blade.
Joe Kubert. Look at that monster he drew.
Yeah, he hadn't drawn Hawkman for maybe about a decade before that.
I like that version of Kubert, right? The later versions got real sloppy. Not sloppy, you know.
First appearance of Shoney Bear after Big Boy went away. His very first issue.
Who did those Big Boy comics? Somebody famous did that.
Really? Okay. Was it
Maybe
Joe
you would-
Orlando? Maybe I don't know. And first appearance of Devil Flyer and my character Hopper on the cover. There you go, with Blue Beetle and Catman and Kitten and Man of War, public domain.
I had Joe Orlando as a teacher in the School of Visual Arts.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he was a really nice guy.
He's got such a history. That was an homage cover to this one here that I bought off the
Perez
stands.
cover.
Mm-hmm.
Burn Inside. That's a terrific story by Byrne.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God, he drew that well.
The very first Wizard Ace edition, Creed by Trent
Kanuga.
This is a double acetate cover.
Yeah,
it has 2 covers.
I'm a big Creed fan too. I love Creed.
I never saw Creed back in the day. These are great books though for print. You talk about cheap,
Oh yeah, I used to freak those out of the library.
Let me see.
Read old.
These are great, man. Comics need more of this. Accessible yet complete collections.
Yeah, but they're what, like newsprint?
Yeah,
yeah,
Chronicles?
newsprint. Yeah, but Peter Samedi shows that it's possible. You just got to get
He won't give up his secret though.
No, he won't.
What, as of who his printer is?
Who his printer is, because it's hard to get. It's almost more expensive to get newsprint than it is to get the fancy stuff.
Yeah, because of probably supply, right? Like, not many people.
They don't print on newsprint anymore.
Yeah.
Here's one that's on the Gerber list. About 20 of them exist. Number 1, the funnies. It's got Milton Caniff.
This is like an issue of this is like an episode of Cartoonist Kayfabe.
Almost, yeah.
That's when I started listening to you, Peter, when you were ripping on Cartoonist Kayfabe.
Oh my god, dude! You know, like
they drove me nuts. See, I know a lot about comics, right? A lot because I never smoked weed, so I remember everything. It's part, yeah. So I remember all this stuff, and I was injured a few times in the hospital. All I did was read books about comics and study them, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching them, and I really like this comic, this idea. I don't like all the old weirdo like mini comics they show, but I kind of like that idea. And I go, these guys don't know that much about comics after about 3 months.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on? I kept watching them because they seemed like nice enough guys. And then I realized they weren't that good at comics. They start drawing their own stuff and like, these guys kind of suck.
And
nobody was saying anything. Nobody was saying anything. And if I questioned anything in their chat, they would wipe it out. And one time, what's his face yelled at me. I said, well, you know, Byrne was using rapidograph. No, he used microns. I go, he used rapidographs. And he didn't like that I insisted that he was wrong. Because, I mean, not Burns, Perez. Perez used rapidographs for a long time.
Yeah, I remember
microns forever.
I remember pictures of him from like the Comics Journal.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he didn't like that. He said that, you know.
This is some of those cross-gen.
No, yeah, those are brilliant, but that was at the end of their cross-gen.
That was at the end.
And I'm like, these guys, but they're getting all this notoriety. There's lines out the door at Heroes Con for them, you know.
Yeah. No, I thought they did more damage than good. I think that the other like creators that they honed in on and propped up, they could have been like a real voice and a sail arm for indie comics, and they weren't. They were they wanted the adulation of like the veterans for validation for their books so they can sell them. Like that was like their pipeline. They plugged in on it. You know, they got lucky. Some of it was like masterful work. But I didn't think they were like historians. I didn't think they were good.
You got to get this. This thing folds out. It's a quadruple. It folds out the way out here. It's got like 3 fold outs on it.
So many bags and boards, Rex. why is that?
I've got 30,000 books. I can't keep them all in the raw.
Well, I remember Sad Sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is military base, complimentary copies.
Comics. Yeah, I went to school with Adam Harvey, one of the sons of.
Really, they're Harvey file copies.
They were local.
You would get at the flea market Sad Sack, like just like boxes and
boxes. Sad Sack, you would get to see at Sad Sack Comics.
The 3rd issue that Steve Ditko ever worked on, Captain 3D.
That's a Kirby cover too.
Kirby cover, yeah, but Ditko worked on it, and it was his 3rd comic to work on.
I drew that guy for a Jacktober,
1953.
Who did? You know who did the first 3D comic?
John Byrne.
Joe Kubert did.
Joe Kubert, yeah,
with Norman Maurer.
Norman Maurer was
down there. Oh, look at that.
Maybe it was Tor.
It was Tor. Yes, it was Tor.
This is Jack Kirby.
That's right.
You can tell from the faces.
Yeah.
Simon and Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what CG needs. They gotta need a little Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Not copying Jack Kirby, but guys gotta make sure they get that kind of action in their comic.
Absolutely. I think the one that probably came closest to it was Gil Kane.
Gil Kane he was an assistant for Kirby.
Yeah.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
But Gil Kane, what Gil Kane's like pitfall is that he deviated from like straight paneling too much sometimes.
Oh yeah, they all did too though. At one point George Tusco was doing that. Gene Colan did that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and Gene Colan. Yeah. I was like sometimes if you just get the layouts, just like meaning the panel boxes side by side, Gil Kane blurs into Gene Colan. Like there's There's like almost like a facsimile where you would just
No,
think,
I like I like to play with the panel sizes, but I don't like the slanty panels.
yeah, it's tough.
Oh, I
like,
had that. I think I still have that.
Yeah, I still need there's like a Justice League one of those, right? Those.
Yeah. I had that when I was a kid.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
all treasuries. I don't have it anymore.
That's not slab. That's raw. Yeah.
Thank God something got bagged.
That's not slab.
Let's see a little of that.
Yeah.
If you don't like them in bags, you must hate them in slabs.
Dude, I'm very anti-slab. I'm fine with slabbing something like historic that needs to be preserved, but when it comes,
I wanted to see that fold out.
Yeah, but when it comes to,
I could fold it out. It'd come out way out here.
Like here's a good example. The Daredevil trailer dropped earlier.
Strike me down and I'll open it up.
There's a character called the Muse that's in this new Daredevil series. Everyone snatched up the Muse on eBay, so all of the Muse's first appearances now are on their way to get slabbed. Anyone that would be curious to even wanting to spend maybe a little bit of money because the price is spiking, but they're like, hey, I'll spend $50. I'll get Daredevil issue 11, volume 5, first appearance of the Muse, and I want to learn about this character. You can't do it.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't do
crazy.
it. Like
how was that trailer?
You know what? I'll tell you. Here we go. My big problem with that freaking trailer is Daredevil gave up being a superhero in the beginning of that trailer. So now we've seen Captain America do it in movies. We saw Superman do it in movies. We've seen Batman do it between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
Why can't these guys?
All right, Omer.
Why can't they be true to the fight? Why do they have to have like some meltdown where they give up who they are?
It's an old trope.
I hate it.
It's a Marvel trope too. It's something Spider-Man did in the 60s. For God's sake.
Yeah, but here we go. Yeah, that's cool,
fantastic.
We
need more of that.
Yeah, that's what CG needs, guys.
But that ain't cheap. That ain't cheap to do, you know.
No,
they have those
fold out cover.
Yeah, but now that one's kind of innovative. It's got a poster on the inside if you want to. And then I don't know about the inside.
My favorite thing about CG
see, I'm not even folding out the back cover. See, this is all one long poster with the book in between.
Yeah, there's that one Jim Lee issue of X-Men that does that.
Yeah, there's one that
375.
You know who did that first? It was Steranko. He had that 3 instead of a double page spread, he had a triple page spread in the 60s.
All right, here we go. It's almost hard to show because it's so huge.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who knows about it? You know, hardly anybody.
Rex knows about it.
I know about it. I'm in the know. Yeah, Red Blade number 1 of
Well, that's
3
another thing.
By Dark Horse Comics.
I think it would be nice if
who's the artist on that?
Go get it today. Oh.
Yeah, who was the artist of that?
Printed in Canada. Well, you know.
Well, they're all printed in Canada.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Death Factory.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Let me see if there's any credits.
I got
it. It's got good 90s action in it if you like. Look at that.
Good 90s. Good old 90s action.
That's fantastic.
90s action. Yeah.
2 pages, 4 panels. Go.
Yeah.
90s comics. Do it.
Like the bubbles.
Dude, you can have fight scenes like that, but you gotta lead into it. You gotta lead into it, and you need something like after the fight.
So Hallier just got his Sword and Chivalry today. Got home from work and it was in the mail.
Nice.
1993.
Yeah, but here, real quick,
you ever see the artist on that?
Here's one of my no bag stacks.
Oh dear, I look forward to hearing your cheese review.
Oh. See, first Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, Butch Buckler.
Yeah. And like these are like these.
Look at that ink on that hand.
Oh yeah.
The other hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slinging the
You did a commission.
Wow, that one's worth some money.
First Rocket Raccoon here. I love the printing, like just the way how the grays bleed. So like for me, it's like I like keeping this stuff just ready to go. So, like I just put it on one of my bookshelves and I'll grab these from time to time.
I did a commission of that Guardians cover.
Yeah, like this is like I love the way how like the brush like is just it's hard to tell, but
nice
even here for Charlie 27, like these like rips here, and the newsprint just like absorbs it, and it really it's such a unique look that like you can't do this in digital and you can't do this in modern day like printing. Like
no, it doesn't look the same.
So I don't
Gene
know.
Colan.
Yeah.
And that's Gene Colan too.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and then I love this because this has a reprint of the Destroyer, right, which is Stan Lee's first like superhero.
Right.
Yeah.
With the striped pants.
Yeah. But it's like to me, like this is more valuable, like outside the bag.
See, look at the difference. That Gene Colan uses straight panels, and he went nuts in the Guardians of the Galaxy with slanty panels.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like Gene. Yeah, it's like he.
I like Peter. He's.
I was looking at some old George Tuska Iron Mans.
Yeah,
see, like in the '60s, and he did the same thing. All of a sudden, he goes all slanty panels like crazy, and then like 6 months later, he's back to straight panels.
Yeah,
it must be something they were like editorial doing.
Yeah, they must have. No,
because this is nuts.
Because here's the thing, I don't think the eye naturally follows the reading pattern.
But the eye doesn't always follow Gene Colan's storytelling.
Yeah, and like I know, like you start at the top left, right? Blah 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 blah. But like you kind of like. Your eye kind of does this for this page. Like it goes from here to here. And then you got this guy just like hanging there. And here it's almost just like that. And you miss like this panel. So like even if you're reading, like the word balloons have to be perfect so you can follow it.
Yeah, that really kind of always took me out of the experience when you would skip the panel.
I had Gene Colan for SVA for 3 years too.
Ah, nice.
And Will Eisner and Harvey Kurtzman. Harvey was sick though at that time. And Colan was he was a character.
Yeah, I always heard that he was a.
See what Levi's got here.
Yeah, like it's like it was almost like that line from The Color of Money where Tom Cruise is like, hey. He says, I have character. And his girlfriend's like, no, he said, you are a character.
Yeah, he was funny. He would taught the class like you were in 6th grade, which was kind of weird for college students.
Hey, Peter, look at Levi's hands.
Yeah.
They're clean.
Yeah.
Those hands, Levi. Look. He's got
I literally just walked.
Levi did a great. Look how fast that was.
Hacker.
That's a 102.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah, I hate one. I like 107s, but and a brush. That's really nice. The beautiful.
Hey, Levi. So these Jim Lee covers you're doing, what you're just studying, practicing, or you're gonna sell these off, or what? What's you're gonna go on the crowdfunder?
Just practicing.
Oh, okay.
Trying to make myself happy.
Yeah. This is what Gene told us about perspective. Listen, as long as it looks right to you, it's good. That's how he taught perspective. And then you read his comic and you're like, well, that makes sense now. This all makes sense now.
Look at this monster over here. He just keeps on cranking them out, man.
I love that pose.
Beast. Yeah.
I'm going to steal that pose for Saturday. I'm stealing that pose for Saturday.
Well, you can, because this is it's a riff on first appearance of Luke Cage.
Okay. We're going to do
this guy requested homage, like he asked if I could do like homage covers. I told him I hate homage covers. I will never do them a day in my life. And then he kind of like wrote back and he's like, all right, like you don't have to do them. and I felt so bad with his response. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. Like,
wasn't
like,
that a Billy? Wasn't that a Billy Graham cover?
No, that's a John Romita cover, the first cover.
Oh, okay, the John.
And George Tuska, I think, penciled and Billy Graham inked it.
Yeah, and then
not the evangelist.
Like the other idea,
the Black comic creator.
I was playing with was Spider Woman.
Oh yeah, Spider Woman. Yeah, I did a Spider Woman once.
Like so I don't know. Like I'm doing this just because I felt bad. But
well, if they pay you, you should do it.
I'm never doing a homage cover again. This is
Peter. What about this one? This is ASM 300.
Yeah,
a homo cover.
Dude, I like. Dude, Shelby hit something. He hit a chord last week when he said, like, within the panel of the comic page, do the ASM 300. Like, just within, like, the flow of a normal page, ASM 300. Like, random panel.
Like, how does that, how would that flow? Yeah, that's kind of
Are you hosting this week now? Because Don, it looks like he's going to be really sick.
Oh, well, he gave us access to the channel.
Okay, yeah, I saw that now.
So I guess if he wants me to, I'll do the whole bit. Yeah.
I hope he feels better. Jesus.
Yeah, I would prefer if he felt better, but maybe
it
needs me too. Because I'm familiar with all this stuff back here on the back end.
Wow, he got sick pretty quick though.
Yeah, I hope he gets better too. Yeah, the studio. Go sub over there if you get a chance. I did want to point this out real quick because Howlier brought it up. He makes a really good point. There's very little sequential work in Godlike.
No, there isn't any. It's all his plan was to do all splash pages.
Yeah, so it looks cool. It looks cool, but
no, that was his stated thing. They're all splash pages. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful comic.
There you go.
Yeah, but which is fine. I don't care what that's fine. It just wasn't successful, 100% successful. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the worst comic I ever read, like some people have been saying.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's worth the money I paid for it either.
Yeah, dude, but that's even similar to like when I talked about ISOM 1, where like you have to look at it like, is it perfect? No. Is it better than like a lot of the first like publisher entries? Yes.
Someone was pretty
bad. Like you kind of have to like curb it a little, but
right.
Like like you kind of have to put the book in your hands, like in the perspective. Now, ISOM issue, like let's just say issue 6 comes out or volume 6, then I can go all in on that. I can.
But it's a big ask for it to be $35 plus 15 shipping.
That's
$50
probably
for that
the biggest.
And you're bragging about it. Like, oh, this is the greatest thing.
Yeah, and I think that's what more people had.
Of course.
With. Yeah.
And then the other books are of varying qualities as well, apparently.
Well, I even get into Alpha Core. I did a video on it, but I didn't go page by page with Alpha Core because I'm just like, this is like.
I mean, it's a Chuck Dixon comic, so it's got beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah,
again, why did it have 5 inkers?
Yeah, and no real like payoff. There's no like hanging of the lantern as of like things that happen early, paying off later.
Eventually I have to read them. I can't say they're bad comics because I haven't read them.
He's got the death mates that you don't have.
That is I have 1 or 2 of the Valiant Gold ones.
Look how they bound that together.
Yeah.
Look how
all right, I gotta go. I gotta wait. I wake up at like 6 naturally at 6, so this is too late. And then I got a 4-hour drive home tomorrow. Well, I might stop and do a call. I'm not sure yet. I have to make a phone call in the morning.
I'd like to say happy birthday to Glenn Fleming. It's Glenn Fleming's birthday. Yesterday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Fleming.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
So
Marcus,
I'll see you guys.
coming on.
I'm on my way. I hope I didn't annoy everybody.
We slipped past.
You're cool, Marcus.
It's great having you on here. Yeah.
Thank you. My wife says I talk too much, so.
Yeah, no, it was Marcus. It was great.
You're a New Yorker. What's she expect?
I don't know. She should have known after 35 years of marriage.
You should know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's great that you have my comic. That's a mind-blowing, Peter. Thank you.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll do something.
And it's just a comic, and it was done. I did it years ago, but it's okay.
No, look, a lot of what I do on the channel, I feel like, like let's get historical,
awesome. Who did that?
let's document some of this stuff. Like,
That'd be awesome. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh,
All
Drake. Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Hey, Marcus. Have a good night, bud.
Marcus, I'm gonna hunt your comic down.
Thanks,
I'm gonna
Omar.
get it.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. See you later, buddy.
Later, man.
Dude, that art looks cool.
90s goodness.
Those were packed with the cakes.
With the cakes, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that one, Dr. Doom.
There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle long ones, like long they were almost like widescreen comics that came with the cereal that were so well done for like food comics.
Quickly want to share this real quick. Here we have Dale's website, the installation, the-installation.com. Go check it out. If you click on this button here at the top where it's got the house, like little, or like it's a communications like little booth because it's got a tower there, I guess. You can get a free copy of his comic. I think he says he's got about 30 copies. And here's his YouTube channel. Let's go subscribe. He's got 12 subscribers. Let's bulk it up. Subscribe to Dale's YouTube channel and check out his website. And let's the man of the hour. Let's share this tab right here. Rex and Devil Flyer. He's on his way to 500 to get monetized on YouTube. He's currently at 457. Let's see if we've got any new backers or subs. No new subs. We got 2 today though, so
got 2.
That's a blessing,
Yes.
Okay, so let's stop sharing.
I always love these little digests, though. This is
yeah.
how I learned about the DC universe.
Yeah,
was out of these little digests.
That was like a whole line. Like Marvel did Transformer ones and GI Joe ones for those.
And generally, they were like 100 pages.
Yeah. I like here's the crazy thing. When I recently went to Mexico, I saw two different families. The kids in those families both had the Archie ones, and they were like just reading like the Archie digest
in Spanish.
It may have been like I didn't get a close enough look, but
I see.
It just caught my eye because I'm like, oh my god, like
right. Oh my god, comics out in the real world.
Yeah. Don't do it, kid. Like
your life is over.
The dark world. Yeah.
So what'd you get done tonight, Rex? You get a few of them drawings?
Well, I got the head done on the speedster there.
That looks awesome.
And this psychedelic
who's that character?
Villain here, which will probably be part of the 43. It's part of the 43.
Yeah, that looks dope. Does this mask change like with expression, or that's the way it is?
I'd have to, I've drawn him before on a head sketch, but I didn't color it like this one.
Is that a brush sleeve?
I have to see how true. I went to the true design on this, from the first drawing I did, which was,
brushing it up there.
Here on this page. This depicts some of the 43.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
And they're all Nazi from a Nazi experiment.
Yeah. Are they feminazis? Feminazis. Is that your work?
No. Well, I mean, I had an artist do blanks, and I did the background, and made the characters, from the blanks.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very nice.
I just wanted blanks for
right. Yeah, just like the figures.
Yeah. To create characters with, so.
Pretty sweet. I will say we're going 3 hours, folks. I'm willing to keep going if you guys are. I'm kind of hoping to get this finished.
What are you working on?
I'm doing this this night piece for
you got a late
for
start.
Swords and Chivalry. Got a late start.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it or not, I was kind of not winding down. I do have other things to do before I managed to get some sleep, but I don't know. I thought I did a good run. We finished the Crow Aliens.
Awesome.
We wrapped up Lightfoot here from G.I. Joe. And yeah, I mean, I did some penciling progress. I still got to round out this pose. I don't know. Like, I didn't leave enough room for like the cover. Like, I got to figure out like what to do here, but I don't know. I don't know enough about the. Yeah, I don't know enough about the character to kind of emulate some of the maybe I'll just like do the same scene. It's like a jail scene. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to call it soon anyway. So
yeah, me too.
All right, you guys, everybody ready?
Yeah, we call it. Yeah.
All right, let me just kind of, if everyone wants to let everybody know where they can find you. Levi, I actually have your YouTube page up. Let me bring that. Let me share this.
Okay.
So. Pete, I gotta bring your page up. I thought I had it up already. Here's Levi's YouTube channel. There we go. Levi Skeens. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel there.
Levi, we want you to put more content up on your channel.
I did.
He put these little videos up. They're great, and he had another short. So he's building the content. Look at that! I love the banner. That's fantastic.
He's ahead of us. There we go.
Yeah.
It's doing good.
He's at 15 subs. If we can get some more, that'd be great.
15.
15. Yeah.
We're gonna have to grow that number.
Yeah. Grow it. We'll do another one when he's on his road to 500. Thank you, Haldir, for putting those in the chat, dropping those links. We've got his Galaxy Memorial Park page here as well. That one's got 10 subs. It's got a little more content on there because JD, right? He's kind of manages that one. Is that right, Levi?
Yeah. Yep. JD manages all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Cool. Stop sharing those. Bring up Peter's real quick.
Yeah. Subscribe, support, leave a comment.
And if you don't, we know where you live.
Yeah. I think I'm like near 2,500. So I just need like a couple more for 25.
Wow.
Yeah, he's at 20.
How long you been putting up content though, Peter?
Like I would say like kind of like on a regular clip, maybe like 4 years now. Like maybe it's like like 3-4 years. Like the stuff I do, like the channel's been through like a lot of phases, but now like even here, like what's up on screen, like my podcast, our RSS feed now rolls into my like YouTube rollout. So like whatever I do on the podcast becomes available on YouTube within like an hour. But and then I do streams my own. I do my own draw streams from time to time. So
yeah, he's got a lot of content. He's a non-stop working machine.
Yeah, do opinion. I will be I'll do a little teaser. I will be dropping a little bit of a truth bomb when it comes to this diamond fiasco. I'm going to say something. Yeah, I'm going to have a video. I'm going to say something where no one's on it because people are going in a different direction with that commentary. But yeah, it's something real. So. So that's a little teaser.
Peter's, and I'm gonna bring up real quick. We got Peter's YouTube channel there.
let's bring up real quick. Let's see, Fembat. Fembat here. We got Fembat here for what's his name? Brett Cantrell, aka Fembat. Yeah, and go support him if you get a chance. He's got a campaign up on Fund My Comic, and I'm gonna play his trailer and Rex's trailer here at the end when we leave. Again,
wow, he topped $1,100. Wow.
Yeah, he's at 11 or 11.19. Yeah, and Rex's Twitter X is here. Go find him there, and also Rex's Double Flyer campaign on Fund My Comic is available. And we'll play Rex's trailer and Fembat here at the end. And then we've got his Ash Can over on Indiegogo. And again, go support Rex's YouTube channel and get him some subs. We got 2 today. We're getting closer to the 500 Rex. The next 2 shows, again, will be
it won't take much. I think we'll get there before you know it.
Rex some subs. Yeah.
I'm going to do some pre-recorded, things and start putting stuff on TikTok and, whatever. Going to be pushing the channel more,
Yeah. Well, we all know if TikTok's going to survive the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. FYI.
All right, gents. If you want to stick around, you can. If not, I'm going to play these 2 trailers, and you can head out if you'd like to.
Hey, hail to Hal Deer. Thank you for all the work in the chat.
Yes, Hal Deer is the best.
Thank you, Hal Deer.
Appreciate you for everything you do, sir.
Let's hear that groovy music.
Let's hear that groovy music. Audio coming in through?
Oh, yeah.
I lost it.
Yeah, you did. We can still hear it though.
Okay. Let me pause it. What did I do here?
And this is what I get.
I clicked over on the tab. Yeah.
Your knot's looking dope. It's looking great, man. That's killer. Yeah. That's gonna be a nice.
Hey, I'm not perfect, but we got I know how to use this stuff. It just takes
right, and your perfectionism won't take you 3 years.
Yeah. How do I embiggen? Oh, is it this whole screen over here? Is it
embiggen?
There we go. We've got the embiggen going.
Good Stuff Creations created this video along with Pedro with the animation.
Yeah, it looks great. That looks cool animated. Disco girl turned vampire.
1968. The girl is bitten by a vampire and her life has changed forever. Will she ever be the same ever again?
Enhanced by bulletproof boobs.
It's great because he can tell late 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s stories. He can put her in any decade,
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been a vampire since 1968 to present. So he can retro go back and tell, the story of her in the 70s if he wants to. Back in today.
On Fund My Comic.
Fund My Comic.
And
Yeah,
of
we
course,
had Luke Stone on the show today. That was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. Of course, here's my Fembat and Madam X artwork. I'll be sending this to Brett shortly. Hopefully, I'll get the package out tomorrow. I got shadows all set up. So, and the Rex is going to get a package from me too.
Is mine on the way, or have you mailed it?
No, tomorrow I'm hoping to get it out. I was looking for some cardboard so that I could pack it up nicely.
Okay. I got some over here.
Yeah. You want to send me some
That
cardboard?
doesn't help you there, but
No, it doesn't.
okay, play my trailer. Damn it.
Play it. Quick.
Quick. Yeah. I just like to know what to look for.
Yeah,
I'll
message
might
you
be
for
left
sure.
out on my stoop in the rain, you know.
Yeah. Here we go, folks. Rex's trick. Double flyer.
Thank you, Doc Blaylock, for helping me put this together. This is Pedro Ang animation, along with other elements that we put together.
Double flyer.
Let me take you higher.
He's mine now.
Doesn't look good for the bad guys.
No. Great step.
This town needs an enemy. Jesus Marumba.
John Dillard. Double flyer prequel. Let's go number 2.
Don't burn your fingers. Just back it down. Here we go. I like the little
you're so
try.
gay.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
All right, Levi, did you want to share your awesome Post-it note tab thing that you got me all on doing?
If you want to.
Post-it note.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Levi's got the Post-it note.
You can find me at Levi Skeen on Twitter, at 3 Stroke Studios on Instagram, Rumble, build.net. And go give my comic book a follow at GMP Comic.
Oh, that's
Twitter.
cool. Captain America shield. Look at that Captain America. Yeah.
That's America's ass. That's America's ass.
America's ass right there.
Wow.
Read this
What's
comment
that?
here.
Is that Brian Hitch
Rex.
originally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Hitch.
Outer.
Read that comment. Read that comment.
Weird
Rex.
seeing that trailer played so smoothly.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh man. Also, Halder's got some advice for you, Rex. You want to read that there?
They got good views. Yeah. I'm gonna make some shorts here pretty soon.
Yeah.
I am
Not the
gonna
kind that you wear, the kind that YouTube
underoos.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
not
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be so funny. Shorts
I got
of Rex
the,
running around.
I got the
underoos.
cozy right here.
Big and 8.
Drink beer,
Yeah. While
and
standing
soda,
outside in your
whatever.
Spider-Man underoos.
Yeah, sitting around in my Spider-Man underoos, and
Yeah.
web everything up with my web shooters. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh man, that'd be too funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Shelby
Go
does a
ahead.
little posted thing too.
Yeah, he's got one.
We missed you this week, Shelby. I didn't. I was drawing. I didn't allow him on there. It's my fault.
You know what? I don't. I'll send him the link next time. I didn't send him the link today, but he said he wasn't able to come on because he had to prep for college classes he's taking or something.
Oh yeah. He said that on topic list that he was.
And last time I sent him the link individually because he's not in that room. I don't know. I don't know to add him to that room because I don't know. He's a bigger guy, so
yeah,
like bigger creator. He's too special, so I got to send him a special.
He is too special. Yeah.
He's the Shelly Bean.
Shelly Bean. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. Should I play my outro video? I don't know.
I knew we were going to be here 4 hours, folks. Thanks for coming.
The long goodbye.
God, I thought I had a long goodbye.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I am going to play my
In a
outro
10-minute opener, every time.
Yeah.
If you can make it through that, you might get to see some of the show.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys are more than welcome to leave. You don't have to hang out. I'm just going to play my little outro because I like
Don't tip me with a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later, guys.
Later.
New meta. New meta. Best meta to date, I believe. Can't feel my mouse. It just takes some getting used to. Oh, there it is. Here's my mouse. Okay.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it? Guess what day it is? Mike. Mike. What day is it, Mike? What day is it, Mike? What day? Uh-oh.
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day. Hump Day. Huh? Anybody?
It's Hump Day.
Guess what day it is? I know you can hear me. Hump Day. Guess what day it is? What day is it, Mike?
Happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump Day.
Get happy. Get Geico.
It's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
The United States will continue to enforce our laws and secure our border. There are legal methods by which migration can and should occur. But we, as one of our priorities, will discourage illegal migration. And I believe if you come to our border, you will be turned back. I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. It's got to be great for our country, for our community, for everybody in here, because believe me, we are all suffering, and we're suffering big league, and it's getting worse. A disaster.
But we, as one of our priorities, will discourage illegal migration.
Wrong.
And I believe if you come to our border, you will be turned back.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best.
I want to be clear
They're not sending you.
to folks in
They're
this
not
region
sending
who
you.
are thinking about making
They're sending
that
people
dangerous
that
trek
have lots of problems.
to the United
And they're bringing
States-Mexico
those
border.
problems with us.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
So strong.
Do not come.
We have made them that way for
Do
us,
not come.
which is wreaking
Do
havoc
not come.
all over the world.
Do not come.
People are scared.
Do not come.
You're gonna see some real good things. I'm going to.
Do not.
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 I'm going to.
Do not. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. So strong.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To ever happen in our species. Now, that makes for some interesting phenomena. My dick begins to grow. My dick. My big ass dick. The most powerful dick in the world. I've got this big ass dick. This huge dick. The most powerful dick in the world. Here's what happens. My dick begins to grow. The power to stretch. Earth is turning into and out of my dick. My big ass dick. The most powerful dick in the world. I've got this big ass dick. This huge dick. The most powerful dick in the world. To the center of the earth. A stream of atoms. Oops! The wind changed directions. And all of a sudden, you become a victim of my dick. My big ass dick. The most powerful dick in the world. I've got this big ass dick. This huge dick. The most powerful dick in the world. You're not supposed to drop your dick. Drop your dick. Drop your dick. Drop your dick. Ever. You're not supposed to drop your dick. Drop your